bi-weekly? Semi-weekly? Bi-weekly,
Bi-weekly
right?
both.
Bi-weekly works. Okay. Words are
Yeah.
hard. For whatever the case is, we're playing Lancer again. Now, before we dive right into it, a lot of stuff happened last session. Do you guys want to go over what those things were?
We talked to some people, figured some things out. Determined that I'm stronger than a paladin, irrefutably.
About
Yeah,
that.
we didn't do any tests on that, but we all agreed
Okay.
probably.
Yeah. Y'all just agree to do it. It's okay then. Perfect.
I bothered a lot of people about trying to see their god, and sure enough, no one was really enthusiastic about it.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I did learn that they have some tea that seems to be like a key part of the ritual that lets them talk to Ted Immune. So there's that.
And did you have any?
No, they won't give me that either.
What a letdown.
I know.
Awesome. So, moving from there, where were you last? What were you doing?
I'm having trouble finding my actually.
I believe
We just
had,
finished the second city. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Hovnen was the one we have not been to.
You've not yet been to Hovnen. You guys were visiting Nishret, and you got some cheese.
Yes.
That was
That
a
is
distinct
true.
thing. You guys got some
Delicious.
cheese.
That was a very big focus.
Yeah, that was, in fact, I believe, the entire reason of your journey.
I wanted that cheese. It's a small consolation for not being able to talk to Ted Immune.
So, moving on from that, what was the plan? Do you guys remember what you were trying to do? Why were you visiting these cities in the first place?
We wanted to get a corpse, which is highly taboo. Well, that's what Harrison Armory wanted us to do.
Yeah.
That was our second plan. Our first plan is to be nice and have a pretty smile.
And yeah, we want to get as much information on local customs as possible.
Okay.
Including Ted Immune, who may or may not be an NHP.
Awesome. Well, with that, do you guys want to spend any more time in Nishret? You guys talked to the priest dude, the old man, and you went to, like, a generic family and had dinner for a night. And then you saw the arbitration scene, where the little girl was given the job of a mayoral official.
Being the new mayor.
Yeah.
And I told her to follow her own path, and I'm sure she's going to live with regret for the rest of her life because I didn't, go past that.
There
Tempting,
was like
very tempting.
one other thing in Neshret that I was like interested in. Somebody mentioned Harrison basically ruining some crops to build something.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, did you guys want to go check that out?
I do.
Okay, so, you hop in your, I think Shemra had a car he drove you around in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Shemra drives you there. So, you have to pass through one of the agricultural districts to get there. Now, this agricultural district is a little bit different than what you remembered of Gieta Run. Like I said, in Gieta Run, it was all like pretty normal plants, but it was still a pretty bad time to be standing out in the fields. It was still really hot, and there was a lot of plants, but it felt a little bit odd. This place, the air around you feels as if you stepped into air conditioning when you're on these fields. The sun doesn't seem to bother you when you're standing out in these fields at all.
Interesting.
They're weirdly climate controlled for farmland.
And
There's also
like,
a lot more of it than you remember seeing anywhere else.
Is there like any sign of like what's climate controlling this area?
Not that you can see.
No.
The humidity's fairly high. Likely some kind of irrigation underground. If you had to take a guess. There's no above ground irrigation pumps or waterways.
Just the god in it.
Yeah, just the gods doing it. It's just God. But moving on from that, you do notice some of the workers. They are just, being farmers. They kind of give you a strange look as you go by, not really familiar with the idea of a car, but hey, they're not going to question it. So, following that, you guys end up at pretty much one of the... There's a very distinct, harsh cut-off where the climate-controlled farmland ends and then the wastes begin, pretty much. And as you're heading into this, there's clearly the road continues, and there's intentions for things to be built here, but there's no climate control. And you guys see up ahead a set of what you can only assume are squat, brutalist office buildings. However, they look abandoned. There's no windows set up into them yet. Just the concrete and rebar frames have been set up. Probably prefabbed and dropped in large squares. Pretty clear there is some construction site going on, but there's no workers around or anything like that. Just an empty lot with a building half put up.
Nobody home?
Nobody's home.
I'll ask about the climate control on the farmlands. Was that a thing before Harrison Armory got here?
Shamara
I guess
says,
it was.
Neshret guards its secrets quite well. Userun's always been interested in that kind of idea, but if what they say is true, it is the hand of God.
Yeah. Okay. Just as I thought.
Well, if no one's here, surely they won't mind us going on in.
That's one way to look at it.
It's not breaking and entering if it's abandoned.
Well, yeah, why not?
Alright. So, you guys pull up towards the building, and you see the reason for its abandonment, actually. Pocked into the walls are bullet holes, the size of what you can only imagine a mech weapon would be able to put into it. Scorch marks and blasts and pieces of debris and ammo casing lie littered around the area. There was a fight here at some point.
That all it takes?
Well, I mean, that's good enough reason we can check it out. I don't think there's gonna be anyone squatting inside.
Yeah, I wish to investigate.
Okay. So, you
Alright.
guys are in a large building. There are stairs, there's elevator shafts, but no elevators put into them. It's a 3-story, but very wide building, taking up a lot of space. And it's pretty much just almost labyrinthine manners, but as if it was made in structured order. Each square contains exactly 6 rooms, all laid out in the same manner, but they seem to have been turned or placed differently.
The same architect that built Castle Wolfenstein built.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like an auto-generated video game level. But imagine it only had one room to put in and just spun it randomly. So, with that, you guys are in a empty building. There doesn't appear to be anybody here. There are some blood stains, but no bodies.
Are the systems still functioning? Did the
No.
lights turn on?
There was actually no systems installed yet. It was likely the attack, from what you can tell, happened before the building was finished. And then whoever was building it left after that. The age of the damage and wounds, you estimate it's been at least 3 to 5 days, but it could be as long as a couple weeks. Considering, however, your guys' drop from orbit and landing of guys was only about 5-6 days ago. You might have a time frame.
Oh, so after we landed. So there's no
We
bodies
spent one
anywhere?
night there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No bodies anywhere. Is there? I feel like
No bodies. We've been over this. They whoever attacked this place or defended it cleaned up and got out.
and there's like no like records or it's just the whole thing's ransacked.
Not even ransacked. It's more like there was just nothing here to begin with.
Is there living quarters back in like the agricultural sections?
Yep.
Yep. I don't know. We could go and talk to the locals, see if they saw anything.
Okay. So I guess we head back.
Sounds good. You leave the building and go back to the locals. Shemra offers to go talk to them if you guys don't want to, but he kind of says that's a bit awkward if he does it. You're the ones trying to investigate. He doesn't really know what to ask.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be fine with going and talking myself.
Okay. So the three of you just stomp on over to the nearest farmer group?
Maybe we don't all stomp over, but I'm willing to follow someone else's lead on this one.
Okay. So, anybody gonna step forward as leader for this expedition?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, you take.
So the three of you walk over to the pair of farmers, kind of like looking at you. They kind of look at each other, and then look at the fact that Shimmer's got a car and that he actually looks like a native. The car's got the symbol of Tedamum on it. Also Giadarun.
Greetings, peasants. How do you do?
Hello.
We made a bad choice.
Can we help?
Well, we were on our way and we noticed there seemed to be damage to the building over there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was a fight.
I see. When did this happen?
Oh, a few days ago? Not yesterday or the day before. Probably the one before that. Yeah, that sounds right.
Did you give us any details on what may have happened?
Well, I didn't see it for certain, but the paladin, he investigated, and he said that they dealt with the people who were causing the problem.
Had the firefight erupted before or after the paladin intervened?
Firefight.
Had they began fighting before or after the paladin?
Before. Yeah, it was going on for a long time. Hours, at least.
Really?
And then the paladin showed up, and you can still see his trench he left, and he points over, and there's like a furrowed let of ground that pretty much rushes right beside the road all the way towards the other thing. It looked like it was part of the agriculture, but it's pretty clear was left by the passage of somebody moving very swiftly on 2 feet. It's at least faster than your car. Yeah, paladin ran down that way and got there, and then the fighting stopped. The paladin came back to tell us.
What was this paladin's name?
Huh? Oh. Well, where did I write his name? Shit, I forgot what I wrote. Listen, I was supposed to do this last week. Yeah, that was Prantha. You know, he's one of the local paladins for our temple.
Oh, so he's a local, not one of the more errant paladins.
Yeah. Well, I mean, The other one steps up. Paladins don't live at a specific temple, but he stayed around for a while. I think he was born here.
I see. Is he still here?
Well, not here, but he should be at the temple. Unless he left for some reason.
All right. Thank you for the information.
Thank you? They gotta just shrug. Okay. They kind of, like,
Yeah, I turn-
awkwardly start to go back to trying to work, but, like, keep looking back at the three of you.
We're just standing there still.
I just turn around to the rest of the group and I say, "There, I got us the information we need." Which is they
Okay.
don't know anything. We should talk to the paladin.
All right, sounds good to me. Let's go find this paladin.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. Guess we go to the temple.
Alright,
Go
so
into the temp-
you drive back into town.
drive back into town. It's one of them. It's one of them adventures.
Remember, you guys do want to be in Hovnen by tomorrow.
Okay.
Remember, you have the timeline if you wanted to observe their ritual as well.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's pretty late, so we should probably do this quick.
Okay. So, you guys putz off and you get to the temple. You've been there before? Well, at least one of you's been there before. It's the same temple. It's the closest one to you.
All right. Where's this paladin?
So you're just gonna go ask a random priest or priestess to try to find the paladin?
I mean,
You don't
I'm
see
probably-
a paladin. However, if you recall, there was a paladin standing on the balcony, overwatching the procession.
Oh yeah.
They were wearing
assume
the forest green armor, and they had the pair of axes.
Is the balcony cleared out now?
There's nobody up on that balcony right now, but if you want to go look
Um,
around for that person and pop your head in various rooms and stuff, you're in the public part of the temple. You're free to walk around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try and look around for a priest or someone.
Okay, well,
Who
yeah,
works
there's
there.
people, and there's people in the immediate temple. This is one of like the bigger ones in town, so there's
Okay.
like of multiple priests wandering around. If you want to approach one of them,
I'll look for someone who looks important.
like important.
I mean, someone who'd still talk to me.
Okay,
But important.
they'll talk to you. Priests at a base level are pretty important.
Okay, I'll just speak to a regular priest
Okay.
then, I don't know.
Yeah. Greetings.
I bow slightly and I say, "Hello. My friends and I were heading out of the city and we noticed some damage to one of the buildings that was under construction. We heard that one of the paladins helped repel an attack.
Oh.
Prantha.
No.
And we were hoping to speak with them for more information."
I suppose why are you looking into this?
Well, it would be better if any troublemakers were dealt with. See, we're trying to help Harrison Armory, and stability in the region is important to us.
As soon as you mention Harrison Armory, kind of like a dark shade appears. They're kind of like not. They don't really look like that was a good idea to mention. Guy no longer
Yeah,
seems
that's
interested
true.
in helping you all that much. I will remind everybody that both Nestret and Hovnen don't like Harrison Armory very much, and
Yeah.
reluctantly agreed to host you.
That is true.
I'm gonna step in and I'm gonna say, well, we heard complaints about the building out there, and initially I wanted to just go out there and find out what the purpose of that facility was, but of course, since everyone seems to be dead or gone, I was hoping to follow that thread, see if this paladin knows what was
Yeah.
going on over there.
Then I suppose you're going to have to ask Harrison.
Good point.
Now, I'm not supposed to prompt you, but now would be the appropriate time for one of you to offer up you trying to use a trigger to solve this problem.
It's true. That is a thing. Let's see.
Take a look. We can see.
Word on the street's probably what you want to do.
You do know.
None-
you do know.
none of my things are
Efreet
really
does
good
have
at
a
it.
+2 apply fists to faces, right?
Yeah, there you go.
You
That'll
guys are
help.
looking for a priest, right?
I do have +2 to take someone out as well.
That's for getting the priest. That's not for this.
Well, they're a priest, right?
Do we have?
Oh wait.
any
Oh yeah, they.
ones
How
that-
far are we away from the car?
Yeah.
How many other priests are around?
At least 2.
That
Let's
is
say-
one way to get the paladin to show up, I guess, is to start punching priests.
I understand your reluctance, us working with Harrison Armory and all, but it would be for the better of your people if any troublemakers were dealt with, unless, you're okay with your workers being killed over some petty disagreements. Just gonna roll a 20 or d20.
Okay.
Oh hell yeah, let's go.
Now, the one problem here is, why are you assuming our workers were the ones who were killed?
If the farm was attacked,
There was no farm
that-
attacked. It was Harrison Armory building
okay.
that was built on top of proposed farmland
Oh.
that had a fight go on. Then the paladin showed up and the fighting stopped and there's no bodies left.
I see.
We would like to know where the body.
The wounded and dead have been processed by the temple.
Right.
Were any of them from off-world?
The priest kind of gives you a blank glare, as if he knows but just chooses not to tell you.
Oh.
All right. Thank you for your cooperation.
I guess I guess the best course of action would be to call who's our handler up at Harrison. Who is it again? I lost my
General?
notes.
Duncan,
Who?
I believe.
Duncan.
Oh.
Duncan, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I lost my notes, so a lot of names I've got.
You also have another contact you could call if you wanted. Do you remember that?
Me personally.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not gonna call out who it is because nobody else knows about them, but you do have.
I
a
don't think I have.
contact.
I don't.
You do.
Yeah. No. I don't. I do. I don't know if I have anything yet for them yet.
Yeah.
But I do have some questions about specifically for somebody at Harrison.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys want to pull up? Who had it? Efreet had the Omni Link, right? Omni Hook, or whatever it's called.
I don't got one. That's
Who had,
all I know.
Who had it? I don't remember.
I don't know.
I thought somebody specifically took one.
I don't.
If I took it, I didn't write down that I took it.
Okay.
My glasses are good. Maybe it was in the other group.
Maybe it was in the other group. Okay. Well, there's no OmniNet service out here.
Well, that's gonna make it difficult.
Well-
I wonder why. Maybe we should put some towers in.
If you want, you can go back to your mechs, but you left them outside of town.
Yeah. Yeah.
wonder why
I'll go
we
back
did
to my
that.
mech.
Okay, so you guys drive back to your mechs, and then from
Yeah,
there,
we're just out of here.
you
We're
can-
on our way to the.
you're, just
Yeah.
gonna, you're not
We're-
gonna stay.
we're not
stay and
gonna-
investigate.
I mean, we could, but like, we'd
Okay.
have to.
So
We'll get our answers on the way. We can come back.
you get to your mechs.
Yeah, we can come.
Yeah,
Um,
we can come back like after we.
You call up Duncan on the telly, and he kind of looks at he answers. Duncan.
Hi, Duncan. Enid here. Got some questions.
Questions? You guys supposed to be getting
Yeah.
answers down there.
Well, I mean, it's easier said than done, Duncan. They're especially in Neshret, where they don't like us as much. I guess the first question: what were we building here in Neshret?
Huh?
Nobody
Oh,
seems to want to tell us.
well, it was an administration and research office.
Okay.
Well, you
we're-
see, so
we're-
you've probably seen it by now, but Neshret's got those farms, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got my notes here saying they've got some kind of technology climate controlling them. We don't know how it works. We were going to build an office to study it.
Okay. And
Yeah.
we're aware that the people at that building have been killed.
Yeah, well, there was an attack 3 days ago. We don't know who did it. Security was taken offline before they got there. We have no camera records and no survivors.
Okay.
We had written it off, and we were going to send a team to sweep the region, but we didn't want to antagonize the locals any more than necessary.
I mean, you realize that by building it right there, we've already antagonized the locals.
Yeah, well, I wasn't the one to make that call. However, I did lose some of my staff because of it.
I'd imagine. I've got another question for you.
Yep.
This one is, I don't know how much you can help me on this. Does Harrison know where the landing site for this ship that brought the people here is?
No. Well, we have some guesses, but, everything indicates the ship actually broke up in orbit when it collided with some kind of astrological body. Maybe the moon? There's not any debris on there. I'm not too sure.
Sorry, their ship collided with something in
Near atmosphere of the planet and broke to pieces. We found
So
shards of the ship across the planet, where the sun scorched it raw.
Okay. So do we think that the ancestors landed on like shuttle pods?
Couldn't tell you. If anything's indicated, parts of the ship... Okay, let's just put it this way. The whole ship's not down there. Or, if it is, they've recovered parts of it. We found a total of about 10% of the ship scattered across that entire half of the planet. It likely hit something above the planet, broke to pieces, and the pieces they couldn't recover are left out there, and the pieces they could recover they used to build their cities. But that would indicate a technology level not so far shown. We don't really know. That's what you guys are down there to figure out.
Yeah. All right. If you could send me all the data we have on that. I'm having some difficulty researching Tedamune. So if I can't get to him through his followers, then I need to find some other way of locating him. And I feel like that's my best bet is.
Okay, now I don't want to be alarming here, but we're operating under the assumption that Tet Amume may have Monist class powers. Now,
Which is why we'd need to locate that.
yeah, the problem is if we're looking, he'll know we're looking. We're playing nice until we can get further. Listen, not everybody up here's playing nice. There have been some rumors of people already trying to cause havoc. We've identified that the blackout that enabled the off-worlders to get onto the planet was an internal leak.
Okay.
Now, this is clearly bad, as I would very much like to end my position ruling over a flourishing and stable planet, not a blasted patch of dirt. So, we're going to need to try to cull that if necessary. If you guys hear rumors of Harrison starting shit down there, you've got permission to engage. But try to clear with me first.
Okay. All right. I think that's about all I have for you, Duncan. Thank you.
Now, again, I'm not going to try to tell you to stop investigating Tet Amume. Again, we don't think he's that strong, but
Nah.
We have people
I
up
mean-
here who are very afraid of the last time a Monist-class entity hit a Harrison asset.
Rightfully so. All right. I'll proceed with caution, but I feel like our presence here.
There's been a few skirmishes already, I'm letting you know that. Harrison Armory has assets on the ground aside from you, and they have engaged twice now with the enemy.
With and what is the enemy in this case?
Well, right now, it's remnants of a band called the Rusted Core.
Oh, those assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, just do what research you can. Hovnen, there's something up with what they're telling us. We've had communications with them for a little while, but we didn't give them the tech that they seem to have.
All right. Thank you, Duncan. That'll be all.
Now remember, you guys are our functional faces down there. Try not to make us look bad.
Do it. I'll do my best.
Good luck. If
Thank
there's
you.
anything else, call me. And he hangs up the phone.
Enid's
could
gonna
probably-
Enid's gonna need a moment to process things.
Well, I feel like as things are here, if we wanted to proceed, it would take some time. So it's probably better to just move on to
Hovnen.
yeah.
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 So
Okay. So, you guys gonna travel for the night, or are you gonna rest first?
I'd say
Uh,
travel through the night if we want to get the ceremony.
Yeah, we want to make
I mean,
there in time.
Their ceremony is not at dawn, so don't worry
No.
about that.
Then if I can sleep, I'd like to.
You guys can get there in time for the ceremony if you want to sleep here. Or you could go through the night and get there and sleep there. Whichever, it'll work.
I know that I could probably get there and sleep at the same time because my mech can pilot itself.
Yeah.
I feel like just holding a brick on the gas pedal is like a basic
You know
computer
what?
function. We can
Um,
cruise
You know
control this shit.
You know that planets are round, and that typically makes it hard to go in a straight line.
Who said
I
this
feel like
planet's
the
round?
basic computers at this point in technology could handle to go straight. Wake me up in an hour.
You just gotta apply a gentle touch with like a string holding it to the right.
Just grab some
We get a
chains,
really
I
big
guess.
bungee cord, and one person can stay awake.
But yeah, I'd like to rest.
Okay.
Yeah, it works.
So, alongside your data packet, you also gain a little bit of information that, one of the temples of Gia Run has sent out a very subtle, Harrison picked up on it, call that multiple paladins are being requested to converge for some kind of mission. And there's like 5 of them.
I should probably get some information on that as soon as we can.
Probably.
Aside from that, again, like he said, Hovnen has some kind of tech. They're putting up that on the bracket, like, hey, please look for this. Hovnen has, like, potentially OmniNet uplinks that we didn't give them. That's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good for them.
Yeah.
Well, it's bad for the idea that Harrison wants to be the, tech monopoly. Make everyone reliant on them. And considering that the cordon was only broken once, it's pretty suspicious if they've had this tech for any length of time.
It's probably those conspirators we heard about.
Okay.
Probably.
Probably just trying to provoke a armed insurrection on the planet so we can just put them down and impose martial law.
Maybe.
Probably don't want that to happen, though, right?
Hey,
No comment.
I'd never think of that though.
Did Duncan actually send like the information about the?
Yeah, again, you've got like destroyed ship components at a few parts of the planet. Like they're far off from the cities though, but like way less than would take up a whole ship.
Yeah.
So
I have a thought. So taking that data of
Okay.
like where the ship landed, and I'm gonna need Rose's help on this one.
yeah,
I would like, to the best of my ability, to compare that with the data that I have from my own personal experience with mid-air collisions.
yeah.
And I would just like to see. I would like to compare and contrast my notes.
Okay. So this is gonna take a bit, but as you're going through the evening, Rose will run all the numbers she can. Comes to the conclusion that it didn't hit a moon, for sure. The ship almost guaranteed crash landed and was struck likely some point between the very nose and the primary bridge, causing the nose tip to break off, and whatever object continued through because the engine at the back also came off. So they hit something that ripped through the ship and kept going, and the ship hit the planet, and chunks of the ship went flying.
This is sounding a little too familiar. Rose, do you think the bridge made it down to the planet?
Unlikely.
Unlikely. Okay.
Rose really can't do a lot with that like the amount of lack of information they have about the ship's design or shape, but judging the fact that there's a thruster here and a nose here, we can guess it hit roughly right in the front and kept going down.
Yeah.
And without investigating the actual fragments, Rose has no idea what kind of impact it was. If it was weapons fire or if it was something else.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Rose.
Okay. So, you guys, so do you want to take a nap and then go, or do you want to sleep on the way?
I mean, I think it'd be more comfortable if we slept and then went.
Yeah, as much as I want to say you guys have a bunch of size 1 Everests. Your mechs aren't really built to sleep in.
Yeah.
If one of you was driving around with a big old Barbarossa, you might have room for like a 3-person suite in there, but probably not going to happen unless one of you has an expanded compartment. Probably not enough room to sleep in your mech comfortably. You could do it in an emergency, but like, wouldn't be nice.
It would be like sleeping in a lazy boy.
Or like a computer chair or something. You could do it.
One you can't recline.
Yeah, it's like, wouldn't be great. So I'm gonna assume you guys sleep in Mishret, in the previous house you were staying at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're not sleeping in the neck,
Yeah.
bunch of cowards. All right.
You're
All right.
feel free to.
So you guys get
Well,
your
I'm gonna
standard
make a
meal
hash
again of good old nutritious veggies.
Hell yeah.
And
bugs,
cheese.
And cheese.
And bug.
And bugs.
Yeah.
The golden trio of,
Yeah.
of the food groups.
Yeah. Kale, crickets, and cheese. It's like a
Yeah,
tossed
no.
salad.
Ew, kale.
Yeah, right. All right. So with that, you guys leave. All right. You shoot off to Hovnen. It's pretty boring. This planet's, at least the part where the cities are built, aren't super distinct. There's like hills and valleys and stuff, but like no mountain ranges anywhere. You're kind of just driving through the desert for a long time.
It's just like my real life.
So eventually, you arrive at the outskirts of one of the agricultural districts for Hovnen. It is, of course, filled with, I wouldn't want to say flags, but, like, posts with paint on them and stuff, and, like, indicators of region.
Mm-hmm.
Clear lines marking where one probably piece of property or plot ends and another begins. The architecture is quite similar to Neshret, but it appears to be that there's a lot less buildings, but they're a lot bigger. You see one building looks like a large, like, barrack-style barn, where probably many families stay in the same place. Rather than each family having its own little land and hut, this is very distinctly like a communal living. You can stop now and talk if you want, or you can just keep going to the city.
Yeah, we might as well just keep going.
Yeah.
I assume the bigger houses is because the priests are probably like landowners or something like that.
Yeah, this is like the one with the caste system, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like nobility.
To go back over Hovnen, Hovnen has a very strict, but also pretty confusing caste system, where it's not really divided by personal wealth as much as it is by power over wealth. For example, there's a guild system where if you are a crafter of something and you're high ranking, you get afforded better rights than people below you. And this is almost universal to every job has its set of rankings you get, and they're all decided based on each job you have. And then there's also a secondary caste based on your birth, where only those born of a high enough pair of parents in their job are allowed to be that high enough level job. The only exception from this rule is priests and paladins can come from any walk of life. Tetamune selects them on their own. However, this is Shemra telling you as you go. From what we understand, most of them come from the highest echelons. It's very rare you hear about a Hovnen priest coming from the low caste. Which would now also be completely impossible given their new law. Where the absolute lowest castes do not get permission to commune with the god.
Right, and that's a new thing.
Yeah.
That definitely doesn't sound great. I'm not that I'm going to be telegraphing that to every local I run into, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's a controversial opinion on the planet itself. Just in the city, maybe. Maybe just up with the upper class.
So, your drive out of the farms takes you into what you can describe as feudal slums, and it's not a pretty sight. This is the poor district. The people here clearly are given very, very little in the way of luxuries. There are people who appear to be out of work due to injury, or due to hunger even, or disfigurement. This is the first town, in fact, you noticed you have seen anybody who is poor or begging.
all right. Noting that.
So again, there are processions of youths in ritualistic garbs in the next districts as you go, who are clearly heading towards the temple, but you'd only notice them once you get out of the slums.
Right.
There's
I guess-
clearly some discontent people.
Yeah. First things first, we want to observe that ritual, right?
So you want to drive right up to the
Yeah.
temple first? Alright, so, you guys, do you drop your mechs off outside, or do you want to go right in?
I'm gonna drop my mech outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So,
Yeah, I don't think we need to take him in.
Gemra will drive you guys to the temple. And, again, this temple looks almost extravagant compared to the temples of the other places. I'm not talking like Catholic Church Sistine Chapel extravagant, but it's clearly like has luxury applied to it. lots of artworks decorating surfaces. And, like, everybody working there is dressed quite finely.
Okay.
A very similar scene before you, but instead of being children on the age of puberty, this is adults who are just coming into their final form of adulthood are being led into the temple. Anybody from the age of 16 to 20, it seems. You just kind of follow them in and head to the main hall?
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
go as far as they'll let me into this thing.
Okay, so you walk up, and they'll put on, like, the main doors, which people are kind of walking through without being checked. You guys notice there are actually military guards. Not paladins, but, like, guys who have swords and, like, pole arms. Standing there.
Do they look more ceremonial or functional?
More ceremonial. This position clearly is not expected to fight you, but those weapons do look pretty sharp. So,
As sharp as a gun?
probably not. You have to assume that likely it's actually duller than the barrel of a gun, making it a completely ineffective cutting tool.
That's what I was hoping for.
So, they let you in, but they do kind of watch you as you guys walk in.
Okay.
And you are kind of intercepted by a young-looking lady with a very distinctly broad physique. She appears to work out a lot, and she towers over even the people around her. And she's in a priest's garb. She walks up to you. You're the ones we heard about who are coming to oversee.
We have to assume.
Overseas feels a little negative. I'm here to observe.
So you're tourists, then?
Inquisitive minds.
And what brings you to this temple right now?
Well, we've seen how they do it in Neshret. We were interested to see how they do it in Hovnen.
Well, unfortunately, you won't be permitted to observe directly.
May I ask some questions about the proceedings, then?
You can ask.
All right. Is tea involved? Does Hovnen use tea as well as Neshret and Jadarun?
We have a beverage you consume. The people around here tend to call it the potion, however.
Potion. Oh, so it's not tea.
I'm pretty sure that they called it a potion another time, didn't they?
I think
Can't
I
remember.
thought it was referred to as.
It was referred to
or-
as a tea and potion kind of interchangeably in Neshret.
Oh, okay.
They mentioned potion, but then it was clearly just tea, and when you said it was tea, they just acknowledged that. This is what it was.
Okay.
Hovnen is clearly, she's distinctly calling it a potion.
Hovnen has farms, but not as many as Neshret, right?
Yes.
This is me asking. Okay.
They also, you are aware that all three cities trade with each other.
Right.
Despite having, like, straight up, like, border skirmishes, trade is uninterrupted between all three cities due to a very long and binding clause put forward by Jiat-Arun. Jiat-Arun essentially is mandating trade move, even if wars are going on. Jiat-Arun will keep soldiers off the line to ensure that trade is still continued.
This potion, is it? Are you producing it here, or are you getting materials from the other cities?
I believe all the temples produce their own brew, their own way.
Any chance I could find out what goes
No.
into this potion? Yeah, of course. So why aren't the lower castes allowed to commune with Tetamume anymore.
Outsiders. Now, the glory of Tetamume does touch them. They are just simply not needed to communicate. Tetamume doesn't need to pick up detritus with his bare hands and guide it down a proper path. We can ensure they follow the rules without sullying Tetamume.
And was this a decision made by Tetamume, or
The highest priests and paladins consulted directly with Tetamume, I believe, yes. I was not present for the proceedings.
interesting that this one god would be so inconsistent across 3 different cities?
The Great Maker moves in mysterious ways.
So you agree that it's an inconsistency and not not a flaw in the interpretation.
Indeed, it is inconsistent that Tetamume has not strucken down Neshret and Jiatarun already. But, clearly in his infinite benevolence, he allows them to follow their misguided path.
What if one day you are considered unworthy? Only the paladins and the highest of priests are allowed to commune.
Then that would be Tetamume's will.
And you
However, I have
personally would
proven
find
myself a loyal servant. If Tetamume has no need for me, it means that Tetamume will likely have no need for many people.
All right, I'm done talking to you.
I'm guessing this is a rather shared opinion throughout the priests here.
And were it not, you believe that I would tell you. Of course it is, though.
I'm legitimately. I have no more questions for this person.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, she's just gonna kind of stonewall you for the entrance of the temple.
Okay.
Well,
Well, that was a great observation we got to do.
yeah, hopefully their god doesn't abandon them. Cough. Cough.
So this tech that Hovnen has, is there any visual signs of it?
You've not seen anything. There's no Gia to run, trying to integrate it into people's lives or things like that. It appears that if they have it, it's behind closed doors. Or, I mean, to be fair, you've not been to the Noble District yet, so... If they had it there and the caste system is as strong as people say, it might only be in that section.
That would make sense. Yeah, I'll check the Noble District.
Okay. So, when you get back to the car, Shemra says, a bit rough in there, was it not?
Yeah.
Dicks.
Yes. Well, Hovnen doesn't have the best reputation for questioning the faith as it is. Their priests are more law keepers than meant to help. Tetamume watches this place, but I feel like it's not as closely. There are many parts of Hovnen that, from what I understand, are divided, and you will likely not find the same opinion held by everybody here. I would recommend you would visit some of the various castes of people and attempt to question the poorest and the richest on their own separately. You'll learn different things that way.
Yeah, I feel like there's probably looser lips lower down in the caste system. Less to protect. Yeah, I want to see what's going on with the tech first, but I do want to eventually ask around in the lower.
Okay.
The lower.
So, plan is you guys are going to head out to the Noble District first? You want to split up, or you guys want to stick together for now?
I think we should maybe not split up here.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Okay. All right.
I got a gun. I'm sure I'll be fine. I mean, not that I'd kill a local or anything.
I mean, and also we don't know your track record outside the mech. We only know your track record in the mech.
I've never
Or
killed
upstairs.
someone yet.
All right. So, you head out to the nicer part of town, and the difference is staggering. You've probably been used to it growing up, but on the planet, you've never seen a disparity such as this. The people in this section are rich. There are servants dressed in nice clothing performing menial tasks. This area could actually be ripped out of, like, suburbia. There's, like, gardens around individual manors with their own personal heraldry and designations and symbols on the walls and flags outside. There's spacious buildings with clearly wealthy people. No overt signs of technology, though. No big satellite dishes or telephone poles.
And no opportunity to schmooze with the upper class.
Well, you do see some traveling around, and in particular, you see a bunch of soldiers moving.
Where to?
Well, they appear to just be on the, heading along one of the main roads to get to a different district that you're in. Now, the one thing is, when you guys were in the, not the Noble District, but in the middle class, lower class district, there was a lot of, strangely enough, pollution. There are foundries and forges working a lot in this city.
Mm-hmm.
And there is runoff and water being diverted constantly through places, so... Parts of the city are clearly geared to a very military economy. There's steel production happening. And the soldiers are likely traveling towards... They're going into the city more, and you notice that some of them don't appear to be 100%, let's just say. Like, they've been traveling for a bit, but they didn't fight. They've got, like, dust on them and stuff, but beyond that, it's likely that they didn't directly encounter anybody, because there's no obvious injuries or anything. You notice that some of the individual manors actually have their own guards that are, like, wearing the insignia of the manor itself, rather than the city insignia.
Hmm.
So there is some sort of privatized military in Ovnen as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to gamble on the richer folks maybe not being completely willing to give up secrets, but surely being an off-worlder is interesting to them.
We could try speaking to unaccompanied servants who might have been sent on errands.
Yeah.
There's like a market.
Yeah, if you guys want to go try to track some people down like that, you definitely could.
Is there any clear indication of like what marks a servant?
Generally, so cloth-wise, again, everybody's wearing like pretty much full covering. Servants are almost universally wearing unadorned like either pure colored garments, like purely white, purely black, purely red, purely blue. But beyond that, they tend to also be engaging in usually like having carts around with them, like little hand trucks. Again, there's no labor animals, so...
Yeah.
Hovnen does have a waterway running down the middle, and you notice that there are boats being led up and down the waterway, usually carrying some type of cargo or freight. So yes, you can find servants. I'm just gonna let you know.
Okay.
It's easy to track them down.
Yeah.
They usually have like small badges indicating what house they're serving.
I'm at a loss. I don't have it. All of my skills are not social based.
Yeah.
So.
This would be a time where you could just
I
try
have
to
some
talk to
social-
people or use a skill.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my social skills are more for not the situation.
Yeah,
All
I
I-
have keep cool and show off, which aren't.
I have
exactly the best.
I have investigate.
Anybody
You
have
can
like,
investigate.
gossip or gather info or anything like that?
Nope.
Word on the street, but
You could try
That's
just
like-
chatting with random people on the road.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Well, I mean, with word on the street, right?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That would definitely work. It would be an applicable choice.
Oh, sure, yeah, I'll just...
But if we're trying to be cool in the nobles, they don't want to see us talking to servants. I'll try to chat up a guard, I think.
Okay, go for it.
I'm gonna try.
We're
What do you-
beefy, we got weapons
So-
on us.
What do you want to achieve right now? What are you trying to do?
I don't know, what do we want to know from the nobles? Like, what are we trying to learn more about? We just trying to get lunch with someone, take them out to eat, go to a restaurant.
Yeah, that's basically.
You want to get
what-
invited to like a gathering or event to try to meet many
Yeah.
people?
Yeah, we're fancy off-worlders. Why not?
Okay, all right.
I don't know about fancy.
So,
but we
so
are
give
all-
me your gather information or your word on the street roll.
Pilot tactical?
Yeah, it should be under your tactical menu. Yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty good. That's really
Wow,
good, actually.
Impressive.
So you should at least get a +3 due to your grit.
What?
Am I not
How it
level?
works?
I'm all license level 1.
Oh, no, grit. Yeah, no, grit doesn't
Right.
apply to. It's only your mech stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so the guard kind of just looks super awkward and pretends to ignore you as you walk up. It's like, and he's like, I can't talk to you.
I just
while
trip
I'm
on myself on
duty."
my way up, and I just turn around and leave.
You look at it like, I can't talk on duty. Please go away.
Yeah.
that
All
was an
right.
attempt.
Well, it was A for effort. I tried.
All right.
Yep.
Well, I have some questions I want to ask, but if you guys want to like talk to the nobles, I should probably ask them later. So I might piss them off with these questions.
Yeah.
So, Shemra, okay, guys. I got some advice for dealing with Hovnen. You probably can't just talk to a noble right away.
Yeah.
From what I understand, they do attend parties, galas, etc. But you probably can't just find them by walking around and knocking on doors. My recommendation would be to find other wealthy people. I'll probably guess merchants or weapon makers or people running industry facilities.
I got an idea.
Try to get in good with them, and then they can introduce you to nobles.
Well,
Maybe.
yeah, I was thinking if we can go to the market, find out what is considered valuable here, we might be able to get Harrison to sponsor us to get us some inside connections, or so
You
we can
just-
try and build them.
just run our own gala. I was thinking if we go to the market, we can see which servants are buying up a lot of things, and just kind of assume that whoever they work for is having a party.
Yeah, how would it go if we just showed up uninvited to one of those galas?
It would not go well, I would guess. But if you
Well,
could
I
find
figure.
another wealthy person to sponsor you, he could probably just get you invited.
We're really cute because we're off-worlders. I think that should count.
It
All right.
would likely count a great deal, but walking up to a party uninvited is not really a cultural thing amongst Hovnen, from what I'm aware.
Okay, what if as a favor for like one of the merchants, I just get my next 2 license levels into the Barbarossa, I think, and just blow up their competition. Just erase it.
Shamara is like, surely you're not insinuating you mercenarily work for one of these merchants as a way to gain their favor.
No, it was a joke, a bad one, but you
Would
know.
it work?
Likely it would, yes. In fact, the merchants around here, from
Pretty
what I'm
cutthroat.
aware, they're always on the brink of falling out of favor.
Which one of you? Who's got the kill a person downtime action?
I do.
Oh, no.
You want me to take someone out?
That's all. Look, the puzzle pieces are there. I'm not saying to do anything.
Listen, you just gotta hitman your way into the party.
Yeah, I just choke
Well,
out some random
We
servant
just
in
we
the
just
street.
promise to kill someone and then we're invited to a party. It's that easy. We don't have to kill them. We just promise to.
Yeah, just kill this paladin. They're bad for business.
2 for 2. Then we get a priest body.
Yeah, like what merchants?
It's
can we
all
talk
coming
to?
together, baby.
What merchants? I'm gonna try and
Alright.
stop this from happening.
So you
What
go to the
merchants-
market.
Yeah.
The market is not as casual as Giatarun. Havnan's market is lots of like buildings where, in fact, like physical tents filled with stuff aren't that common. There tends to be like shops or guilds where if you want to buy up metal, you go to the Metallurgists Guild and you talk to them about buying rates. If you want to
Are they-
buy food, you can go to a few of the food stalls, but there's also like a farmers guild.
Are they using like chits and currency?
It seems to be like coins and bills.
I'm surprised they're not the one that fell in with Harrison. I mean, I'm trying not to be like, hey, who's the coolest looking merchant? But like,
Okay, so the one that has the most ostentatious storefront is one of the metallurgists, somebody who's clearly dealing with like manufactured metal goods. You see like axles and gears and firearms.
Oh.
yeah.
I'm guessing these are more like antique firearms.
Yeah, like
muskets and
breech load is not an option. You're looking at barrel muzzle loaded. However, there are cannons as well, but just not like on display on the side of the road. You just seen them in like parapets and stuff.
Do they have the like breeches on the back?
No, they're muzzle loaded.
Wow. God. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not super high quality, but you can like this place is pretty rich and there's a lot of people milling about and like trains of servants all like helping move heavy goods onto boats that are then taken down the river, right? Or up the river in this case. The river moves almost glacially slow and there's using these large shipping boats to move around.
yeah, I mean, the metallurgist seems closest to something I can speak to as a grease monkey. I know how to work with metal and make things.
So, you enter into the lobby of the Metallurgists Guild of this merchant, you can imagine. And there is, like, people talking, sitting at short little tables, negotiating deals. There's, like, a group of 3 people behind a desk that are, like, taking down order forms and working reception. You want to talk to them? Or you could try to barge into one of the back rooms. It's like an office.
No, I'll follow protocol. I'll go to the receptionist.
Okay. It's a tired-looking, but frantic to appear to be smiling younger man. Hi there. How can I help you?
Hi there.
You don't seem to be from around here.
Yeah, you could say that. Oh, but I was interested in the advancements that have been going on in this city. See, I also do a bit of tinkering myself. I pull out like maybe like some like frayed like super old frayed specs for my prototype weapon. And I was wondering if I could
Like physical pieces of paper or like a data slate?
like a napkin.
Oh, you just can't. All right. You know what? Fair enough. You have him on you. He looks at it. He's like,
Yeah, you look at Eden and tell me that they don't have napkins just stored somewhere in their person at all times.
he kind of looks at his other coworkers who are clearly busy, and he's like,
Set out to impress.
are you looking to make an order then?
Well, I was, I guess, looking to share notes.
Okay. Have you done business with us before?
No, I'm completely new in town.
Okay. He like pulls out the sheet of a sheet of paper that's writing, and you can't quite see. Well, can I take down your group's name?
Do we have a group name?
No.
No, we don't.
We're not
Or do we?
are we a group?
That's a
You
good
could, you could
question.
give Harrison Armory's name.
No, let's not.
I don't think
Why
that's
not?
a good idea. I thought of a really cool group name we could use. We could call ourselves the Rusted Core.
No.
Did you say that in public in this area?
No.
Okay,
No.
I just want to double check.
We, I'm not suggesting this as our actual group name, but I just want to get our foot in the door. We are a burgeoning company called Compass Rose Limited, and we want to make some offers.
Okay. Well, how about tomorrow you come back and the boss will meet with you, and you can discuss this with somebody who actually knows what to say.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. It gives us some time to prepare. Show that
Okay.
we know our stuff.
Well, how
Prepare-
about you
prepare a
be back
presentation.
here by noon tomorrow then?
That sounds great.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right.
All right, you've got one meeting planned.
Okay. What would be a good place to ask about just general, like, business?
The guy looks. You could probably. I don't. What do you mean, general business?
Well,
Well-
I mean, if no one here can see us, we can take
Hey.
our business elsewhere, make an offer.
Yeah. I
Somebody
guess I'll
else.
ask.
you mean like you want
Shenra.
places like prices?
No. Okay. To Shenra, I'll ask.
Okay.
If I wanted to talk to the locals about, like, what would be valuable gifts here, for example, like, what is?
You want to talk to one of the merchants and see if you can find someone to convince to accurately tell you what the local economy's like. From what I understand, Hovnen produces a lot of steel, but they have to import a great deal of their food from Neshret. And
We should have brought some cheese. Oh my god, why didn't we?
Damn
think
it!
about this?
Oh no!
Every rich person likes cheese.
I feel like if we brought it, there's a chance you guys would have eaten it.
Probably.
Not if we bought special gift cheese. I'm an adult.
If you left it on me, maybe. Lactose intolerant with this dairy-free cheese.
okay, the other option is you guys could like go to a tavern or a bar and ask people there.
Let's just have a party.
Listen, I'm gonna admit I don't know people in Hovnen really. I can take you to the one person I do know. They're part of the military, but you could talk to
Oh,
them.
you know? Oh, you know someone?
Yeah, we've worked together on guard details sometimes, but it's not really like a formal thing. We're just kind of friends because of the job.
Mm-hmm. Work acquaintances.
Yeah.
I get it. I know. I got 2 of those.
Oh.
Wonder who you could be talking about.
Oh, don't worry.
I
there
don't
are
like
2 other
Duncan either. It's fine. You can say it.
Like, just because Duncan works for Harrison doesn't mean he's not a good person.
Well, I mean,
We work
Duncan
for
does
Harrison.
seem to be fairly reasonable for a Harrison officer, at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he doesn't want to burn the entire planet to ash and rule over that.
Yeah, he's really happy if he has a job that involves, you know, interfacing with people who aren't dead.
All right.
They're called Harrison colonists. You should get used to it. My brain don't work too strong right now.
Okay. he outlines
Uh,
the potential options again. You could just keep trying to talk to merchants. You could go to one of the taverns or bars and just try to pick up rumors or talk to the tavern keeps. Or you could go and meet with my friend.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
try. I'm gonna keep trying with merchants.
Yeah, I'd like to see if there's any, just servants sent to purchase things here.
Oh yeah, there's people wandering around. If you want to just stop one on the road, you probably can.
Yeah, I will very rudely interrupt their
All right.
process, as in
Give
I'll
me,
be like,
give me your roll
excuse me,
then, Chief.
excuse me, may I have a minute?
The servant's like, I'm pretty busy. But if you want to interrupt, feel free to offer how you would like to do so.
I need to look at what the skills are. I'll just, talk with some unmodified skill check,
Okay.
unless you want me to have disadvantage.
No. You know how to talk to people. Okay.
There we go.
Let's see.
Excuse
18.
me.
Okay, it's like, okay, what is it you want?
Well, as you can probably tell, I'm an outsider here. I was hoping to, get in with some locals. And I was wondering what you would recommend to get on someone's good side as a gift, like an icebreaker.
What? What are you talking about?
Is there anything your master seems to appreciate receiving?
What? Are you trying to talk to my master?
Well,
Who are you?
my name is Savas Calloway. I'm from out of town. I give him a wink.
Town. He's kind of like looking at you. He has no idea what to do right now. He has never been trained for this kind of social engagement.
I expected more from the servants here, I'll be honest.
Out-of-towners aren't
I don't-
very common. Just
Yeah,
letting you know
but
that. It's not
I was
really a
expecting-
politically viable thing.
If I want to start trade.
Like, okay, okay. People tend to like money, and the promise that you'll spend money. Most people don't, give each other bundles of steel. They tend to like the idea that for the next 6 months you'll pay them for consistent shipments, or the other way around.
I mean, is there any particular goods that are sought after? Any luxury goods?
Well, I mean, everybody appreciates good alcohol.
Okay. That's something to note.
There are
What about
often
things
herbs
like-
designed for being smoked.
What about sweets, things like that?
Sweet foods? Depends on the food, I suppose. Often, foods aren't really given as gifts. Likely something with high craftsmanship. Or that's just simply expensive.
What about glassworks?
If you could reliably have high-quality glassworks, indeed, yes, that would be impressive.
3D printers were in the money, baby. Let's go.
Um,
We've done it. We've broken the economy. I don't want to say this out loud. I say, thank you. That is actually very insightful.
okay.
I guess I don't have anything worthwhile in this city to give him.
No, you really don't.
Give him a nice smile.
Well,
I say, sorry for taking your time.
okay. Have a good day.
Oh, you as well.
Kind of just keeps walking, trying to get away from you, you weirdo.
All right. I rub my hands and come back to the rest of the party. I've got some useful advice. If we want to bribe our way into business, which isn't, a bad start, we could probably look at bringing some alcohol or high quality crafted items.
I thought we were gonna offer to kill someone.
Look, I'd rather we not go right to that option. I mean, if they don't want our Furbies, then I suppose. Wait a second, that's perfect. High quality craftsmanship, and it shows your technical skills. We should go with something like that. Not an actual Furby, like a Haro or something.
Don't think the people around here are interested in fake animals. Pets
I have
aren't
so
really
many
part of
Chia
the
pets.
culture, you know.
Mercerism hasn't really taken root here. Got it.
So, now that you have this information, what is the plan?
Well, I think
We start a brewery.
Jesus.
No. You could.
We're gonna sidetrack for a bit. Harrison, we need a lot of hops.
I mean, I got a meeting. It's just for tomorrow, but
I think our meeting's a good place to start.
yeah. So while that's percolating, I guess we could go down and talk to the people in the lower classes.
Yeah.
See what they can tell us.
Do we have like anything we can pawn off to get some money in the city?
I think we still have money, right?
Well, you
Yeah,
can
for the other
have
city.
not really money.
Yeah, we have like
We have the promise of money. That's
social.
almost money.
We have social credits.
You don't have any coins or bills with Hovnan's logo stamped on them.
Yeah,
we
we,
got-
don't have anything
we-
of value. Okay.
We had
Why
stuff
don't we
for like
3D
Neshret
print
and-
some coins?
Yeah, let's go all the way back to our base. 3D print some coin. Come back. Man, I wish I still had in my gear. I had like rations. We just sell those. I'm just gonna go talk to somebody.
Sell my goggles. They're really high quality. They block the intense UV light on this planet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the slums. See if there's anyone willing to talk to an outsider there.
Okay, so again, where do you want to just wander the streets and find random people off the road? You can try to find like a place of food, or
Yeah, place of food.
Okay, so there's like communal areas where people go to like eat and drink, and like they're like essentially functionally restaurants or taverns. You want to go stop by one of those?
Yes.
Okay.
Or do we have to pay up front? Can we dine and dash?
You probably could.
What's up, cool cats?
I mean, how cheap is the stuff here?
Well, if it's in like the weird agricultural part where it's like estates probably owned by higher class people. I don't know if this is just an assumption I'm working on. I don't know if it does work like this here. But it might be like provided already. We could inquire. I think that's the best way to find out.
Ayo, this food free?
We could just say we're from off-world.
You definitely
Yeah,
could
take us-
just walk in and say, "Hey, we don't live on this planet. Give us food."
Take us to
They
your-
might say yes.
Yeah,
They
we
might-
want to go to one of these things where our mechs are clearly in sight, so we can point them out. Not for any intimidation factor,
Of course
just
not.
to impress them.
I'm fine with just being like, hey, I'm off from off world. What can you tell me? Somebody give me information, please. Just a crumb.
Yeah.
Sometimes honesty is the best policy.
Yeah, anyone want to talk to some off-worlders? Just gonna, I will like if we go down to like where the poorer people are and just be like, anyone want to know stuff about getting off of this planet?
We
People,
can say that to rich people,
The rich people are fine here though.
but they could be richer in space. Rich people love to be richer.
That's cool and all. I'd rather talk to the poor people. Right? I'd rather make this offer to the poor people.
Okay, so you're gonna walk up to like random people in the tavern and be like, "Hey, how you feel about getting off this shithole?"
I'll walk in and kind of announce it and try and show off a bit. Oh fuck! I like walk into a fucking chair and I'm like, "Hey everyone, want to know about off-worlders?" And I just kind of break a chair.
You kind of hear like murmuring. You like look at each other and like a pervasive sense you feel is like, "Are we gonna get in trouble if we talk to these people?"
I'm sorry.
No, this is good. I like it. Keep it up. Keep it up.
These guys are pretty
There's-
weird.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with getting a little bit of education about the grander world that lives that is beyond your sky.
Okay, when I fail my show-off check, I'm gonna try and play it off like I intended to do it. God damn it.
Okay, so do you know how retrying a check works?
I'm guessing I have disadvantage on that.
Well, so what happens is, in general, there's no penalty for failing a check like this, right?
Yeah.
Now, that's not universally true, however, when you start trying to do things that weren't really intended to do. Like trying again. So, when you make a skill check, you name your goal first. You never really want to, so you're trying to get people to open up to you. That's your goal. You
Yeah,
decided
I was
to
trying to
use
gather-
your show-off trigger.
To get everyone interested in us.
Yeah, there's no accuracy difficulty, so you do it. Now,
Oh.
so although you failed, so that's that. Now, if
Yeah.
you want to try again, you can do what's called pushing it, which means you would roll the same roll. However, I now, as the DM, introduce a risk to the factor. So, before you roll your stay cool check, you say that I would like to try again. And when you guys fail a skill check, as a DM, I'm supposed to give you some functional things. Like, for example, it takes a long time and you learn nothing. Or you have to use up one of your resources to get anybody to talk, or things like that. Right? Normally, if you fail, you just don't do it. But if you want to try again and you fail, you get punished.
Punishment.
So, the position that you're being put in after this is when Savas walks in, striding, trying to show off, look how cool I am, I'm an off-worlder, and then trips and falls. Everyone's like, what is he talking about? And then he stands up, prominently displaying, no, trust me, I know about space. People kind of just think you're insane. They look at you guys like
I've been to the stars.
like you're incredibly drunk or there's something wrong with you, and like everyone starts gravitating away. And they're just like worried about you now, and it's pretty clear that everybody in this bar or tavern is like not wanting to make eye contact with any of you.
We are so bad at talking to people.
Okay, I'll turn to the rest of the group and say, I think I botched it. We should probably check somewhere else.
Oh my goodness gracious.
We're running out of places to check.
I'm sure we got another bar.
There are multiple bars you could check if you would like.
Ugh.
If you would like for anybody other than Mr. Calloway to make this attempt.
I will try something at a different bar.
Okay.
I am going to be a lot more chill about it. I'm not gonna walk in and
Okay.
immediately go, I've been to space.
So the way a skill check works is you're trying to pick a goal. What is the goal you want to do in this bar? Before we
I
go,
would like to pique anyone's interest in what I have to tell them.
all right. Now, consequence-wise, you run the risk of like alienating the people here.
Right.
But assuming you're not trying to impress the entire room at once, it's actually not going to be that hard to just like find someone who looks like they're kind of competent and just start talking to them. So you're going to get an accuracy.
Okay. Yeah, I was figuring like I walk up to the bar and just I start chatting up with the people immediately around
Yeah.
instead of the entire bar.
Since you're not trying to control an entire room with your self-charisma, you should be okay.
Okay. So I get an accuracy, but I don't have like
There's
show
no
off.
actual risk here. Like, you could
Yeah.
if you really fucked it up, but like, probably not.
Yeah, but I don't think I have this. I don't think I have a skill for this. I'm just rolling a flat d20.
Yeah. You do
That's
slash R 1d20 plus 1d6.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That's better.
So, yeah. You've got a couple people interested to talk to you, because you seem like a weirdo, but you also seem like a weirdo who knows things. So, yeah, there's two people and the bartender all kind of, like, ready to speak with you if you'd like.
Yeah, I mean, because I have the additional benefit of not only being from off world, but my entire previous job was like traveling to like the furthest reaches.
Yeah.
I've seen things these people couldn't believe.
So this is, like, the poorest region you're in. You want to do, like, the slums region, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, these people are like, oh yeah, tell us more.
Yeah. I just tell them about some of the more
So
bonkers.
you notice
planets
one
I've
of
been
them is an older gentleman.
Mhm.
And then he's talking to somebody who looks to be his son, and is like probably like 18 and 19.
to. Mhm.
And the bartender as well. And they're just they're having a chat with you.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen plenty of planets like this one where the radiation could kill somebody in 10 paces, but none of them are like this planet here, where you've got these pockets of basically paradise comparatively.
Well, the old guy says that would probably be due to our god.
Of course.
Does every planet have its own god?
No, quite the opposite. A lot of planets have nothing. They are just floating rocks, barely hospitable to flora or plants. But then there are plenty of other ones where they're covered with people, like city. Imagine Hovnen, Neshret, and Jirarun all together, and then imagine that all across the entire planet.
That
It's
sounds
just
like a
sprinkled
fight would brew pretty quick.
Well, miraculously, on a lot of these planets where that happens, there's peace. Sometimes uneasy peace, but a peace nonetheless. Every planet's different. Like, yeah, especially the closer you get to Sol, the sun that humankind used to revolve around before we spread out.
You been there?
Not really. I've been close, but I've never really been to Terra.
So how do you get up into space anyhow?
Well, you basically fling yourself really fast. You use rockets. Kind of think of like a cannon, except much bigger, and instead of doing one blast, it does a sustained blast.
Seems scary.
Yes, it is. But honestly,
Now, how come you get to go to space and none of us did?
because I was born on a different planet than you. But there are people working to help get. If you wanted to leave the planet, there are people out there willing to help you get that.
The kids looks way more interested. The old guy kind of just like shrugs and says, "Nah, I think I'm happy where I am." But his son's like, "Well, how would that happen?"
You would get in contact with them, and I could maybe help you with that if you want.
He looks a little bit suspicious of you. And why?
Well, I happen to know people whose entire job is helping others like yourself, people who are interested in seeing space and learning more about other planets.
And if the government said no, if the priest said it wouldn't be allowed?
We'd run into some problems, but not the kind of problem we haven't run into before. But so I can't make a perfect promise, but I can tell you that there are people out there whose entire job is making sure that people like you get to go to space if they want to. No one should be trapped on a planet they are born on.
The people watching are now like pretty suspicious, but like, and why would they want to do that?
Because it's your right as a human being to go where you wish. No one should be shackled in any form, either to jobs or planets or systems of government that are unfair to them.
So, the kid looks like he's about to say something, and then kind of glances over at his dad and just closes his mouth.
Well, I can see that not everyone here is ready to hear that, but while I'm saying this, I'm gonna take out a pen and I'm just going to casually write out the message that if this kid wants to learn more, I'm gonna tell him exactly where my mech is located at the outskirts of town and to be there after sunset.
All right, he will take that from you though.
I'll just kind of casually just leave it on the bar.
Yeah.
For him to see.
Yeah.
And I'll just get up and I'm no big city lord, but I'm gonna get out of here.
Okay. Do you want to ask any questions about these people before you leave? Like the other people who are around the bar? You can talk to them if you want.
Yeah, I mean, so has anyone here been to the temple at all?
Yes, all the older people have, but you notice the... But like not the children, right?
Yeah, cause okay, yeah.
For obvious reasons that we've explained.
Have they implemented their law with the lower?
In fact, this was the
yeah.
very first year where they weren't allowed in. So like this kid's pretty clearly miffed about that.
Yeah. Yeah, how do the parents feel about that too? Like, I mean, like they got to experience it, but then suddenly their kids don't get to. How do they feel about that?
Most people are not too happy about it. However, the adults seem to be like, well, if that's what Tedemu really wants, we're not one to try to fight that.
You know, I just had a thought. What if the priests actually have lost their communion to Tietamon, and they're trying to hide this by disallowing the disenfranchised?
That is
One of the elder people like kind of speaks up. That's probably not the case. They can still do their magic, right? God still helps them if they need it.
Wait, hold on. Magic. This is the first I've heard it. What magic can they do?
Didn't you literally? I'm pretty sure last session you literally saw a priest do magic. Or are you trying to say this?
Yeah, did they show your glowy hands?
Yeah.
Or are you?
Oh. All right. Oh, that's supposed to be magic.
Well, it might have not been magic. You don't know.
Yeah.
Right? But
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. That's the player then, not Enid. Okay.
Yeah. Player-wise, no. Enid has seen at least what the priest claimed to be magic. They didn't do anything grand like smashing a boulder with their hands or anything like that, but
No, they glowed and I couldn't tell why.
they glowed and you couldn't tell why, and she was like, "It's because of God."
Yeah, and I had to take that as at face value because
And like,
it's not like I can prove.
the guy kinda
It's not like
shrugs,
I can
like-
prove them wrong.
And the other guy's like, "Well, yeah. What about the fields, right? You know, if God wasn't real, we'd all die."
Well, I'm just saying that perhaps the priests have fallen out of favor, and it was your time to replace them, or maybe some of the younger generation.
No. It's not my place to be a priest. That's not for me.
But perhaps there was people in the younger generation, they feared it being replaced.
The guy kind of looks like this is nothing he would ever expect. Like, this is like complete lunacy you're speaking. It's like, why? Why would the priests fear us? They can talk directly to God. To imply otherwise is just strange, because otherwise they wouldn't be priests.
I'm telling you, they're putting stuff in the water to make your mind susceptible. No.
I mean, I agree with you that like there could be a possibility that the priests aren't actually communing with Tedamune, but it's kind of hard to prove it if they can still do magic. Has anyone here seen the priests here do magic recently?
They all kind of look around. One guy kind of gets up. He's like, well, just the other day, one of the boats was sinking, right? I was helping unload it. And there was a hole in the bottom. And, one of the priests just dived right in the river and fixed the hole. We don't know how he did it. Just the wood was whole again.
Can I see the boat?
Right now? He kind of looks down at the plate of food and the beverage he's got in his hand.
You can finish. We have time.
Okay.
We'll wait.
And then the three mercenaries just loom over this guy's table as he slowly eats his food.
No,
We're just gonna watch.
We'll sit outside, as we aren't allowed to eat here because we don't have social credits.
You'd be like, hey, can I get some of your
The
fries?
bartender offers you all some food because you paid him with a story. About
Crickets!
space.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys get your crickets and
Oh, hell yeah.
soup. If you'd like.
Wait, waiter,
Crickets
there's
and cricket
waiter,
water.
there's
Nice.
a fly in my cricket soup.
Exactly. Alright, so you guys have your event going on, and you eat some food, and then the guy is like, okay, come with me. And he takes you out to one of the housing for the boats. One of the little like dock parts it's been hooked up to. Points at it. So this is the boat. This was, I don't know, a month ago.
When was
I would
the
like-
decision made?
Oh,
Steady.
it's been announced last year.
Ah,
But it was right after the previous. So a few days after the previous group of people went in, the announcement got made that was the last one for for us.
Did anything happen? Like anything of note happen during the last?
Not that I know of.
Can you point to me on the? Can you show me on this boat where the hole was?
I think it was right about here, and he just points to a piece of completely normal-looking, unassuming wood.
I would like to inspect this.
Go
this-
for
this
it.
boat. Would I use investigate or like hack or fix?
It depends on what you want to do. What are you doing to the boat? Are you like
I'm
taking the
I'm
piece of
trying
wood
to.
out?
Yeah, I'm trying to see signs of repair, like of
Okay.
how.
It looks as if there was no hole. You don't even need to roll. Like, straight up. There's nothing here that can go wrong. You can take your time.
It's made out of wood.
It's
right?
made out of wood. It looks as if it was just the one piece of wood was whole. There was never any hole. Get it? Okay. So yeah. From what either this guy's lying, or the fix that happened, or maybe the boat was fixed afterwards. The patch was applied and then replaced with a new plank, but you don't know. It looks to be completely normal.
This doesn't.
I say, if the younger generations are being withheld their right to commune with Tetamoon, why not go to another city?
He looks like surprised at that. Well, this is our city.
Yes, but if you're being denied access to your god who guides you, why would you choose to follow the leadership that would deny you that right?
Well, God's not being denied to us. He's just
Well,
with us in a
the-
different way.
the other cities would allow you to access, or to, meet
Yeah,
with
and-
the god.
Jidarun is a bunch of cowards, and Neshret's a bunch of heretics.
Well, you say that, but, your city keeps people like you down.
It's our place.
No other city
He looks
treats
a little bit
people like you
resigned when he
poorly.
says that.
He says, or I say, you don't have to think like that. You've been told all this by the priests here, but
I'm about to start a fucking class war.
Yeah, you kind of started like a class revolt.
that's
But
my goal.
whatever the case, this dude does not seem to be having it. He's like, no.
Don't
Don't worry.
Our place is decided by God at our birth.
don't let me into my zone.
Well,
Am I being actively observed right now?
Not
Are they
really,
busy?
no.
They're busy. Okay.
They're busy.
I would like.
He's being a little angry about. Canyon.
I would like to make a new hole in this boat.
Okay.
I
How?
want to see. I want to see
What are you
a
doing with the
miracle.
he's gonna take a gun and shoot it, or she.
God. Yeah. What do I have in my disposal that would let me make a hole?
I don't know. Do you have a frag grenade
yeah.
on you? That'd make a hole.
Apply fist to
I,
face.
I,
to
I have a
fist to bow.
thermite charge. That would make a very big hole.
shit.
What boat?
Just saying the options there.
Man, I'm like looking, and I literally just kind of have.
You got a sidearm.
I got a sidearm. Yeah,
you could
that's
just shoot
basically.
a hole.
I need y'all to make like a big loud noise so I can just barely disguising the sound of a gunshot.
Yeah, so anyway, I know you didn't ask, but this is what a gun sounds like. I'm gonna just keep firing it into the air for no reason.
All right, is this the plan you move forward with?
No.
Is there like it's like a fishing boat, right?
Yeah. Well, it's like it's actually like a low ferry thing. It's like somebody stands at the back with a pole and pushes it along the bottom, and it's a big flat bed boat thing.
Do they have? I don't know what the word for it is. There is an implement for like boats that it's like a long pole with a hook on the end for like pulling yourself onto the dock and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, I am going to take that, and I'm going to stab this boat.
Okay.
Also, just like bash it with your pistol. Pistols are usually pretty sturdy.
Straight up hitting it with the metal pistol's probably gonna do more damage.
All right, then I will do
gonna
that.
bang at the boat for a second.
Because I noticed this out of the
You
corner of
notice
my
it.
eye, and I'm like, so
as Eden
anyway,
looks at the pole, holds out his handgun, looks at the boat with murderous intent.
My pistol whipping 45. I'm just gonna start hitting this boat.
All right.
So anyway, as I was saying, I think you should give it thought. I
Bang,
understand
bang, bang, bang.
you've heard this your whole life, and it's been repeated to you over and over. So of course,
the guy just kind of turns at the smashing and banging noises.
I grab him by the shoulder.
There's a brand new hole in the boat.
Something's happened. Something unforeseeable has happened to this. Quick, we need help.
I can't believe Giacomo has done this.
I pushed the boat. I pushed the boat away from the dock, and I'm like, "Help! The boat's sinking."
The guy's like, what are you doing? And he's gonna try to push off. He's gonna get the boat back. Are you gonna stop him?
Yes, but I'm gonna try and make it seem like I'm just floundering and like, oh no, the boat, nothing can be done.
All right. So, you know what? Yeah, this guy's not gonna like fight you. If you just want to let this boat sink, it just begins to sink.
Okay, I am on it.
There are no priests around.
I think this was a flawed plan.
Quick, get a priest! Help! I'm sinking.
Did you sink my boat to try to get a priest out here?
No, I was looking at the boat, and something
It's
happened.
the boat I work on. No, the priest wasn't to save the boat. It was to save the goods.
Oh, of course, the goods are what matter.
Boats are easier to make than steel.
I can't swim. If I sink, there's gonna be problems because I'm from off-world. Help! Help!
Okay, so the boat is sinking. There's nobody around to come save the boat, and nobody seems to raise a fuss.
How do I quit my job remotely?
I didn't think this through.
I say, do you actually not know how to swim?
Of course not. Help!
Okay, the boat is like beyond repair at this point. It's sinking. The boat is about to go under. Do you want to swim away from the boat, or do you want to just pretend to drown for a few minutes?
I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go down with the ship for a bit just to see what happens.
All right.
Don't get sucked in.
The boat sinks. You're waiting. You're like swimming in the river. The boat's sunk. There's a few people watching as this just seems completely confusing.
I just kind of just gonna dead man float for a bit.
Yeah, I just go sit at the edge of the dock and like put my head in my hands.
Does your friend need a rope?
It'll be fine. I'm sure.
All right.
You can just prod them back. There's a hook, right?
Pretty soon, after all the ruckus has been caused, a pair of guys wearing what you can only assume are military uniforms with simple firearms approach the scene. What's all this, then?
The boat sank.
The guy on the dock said, that person sunk my boat.
I did not sink the boat. The hole sunk the boat.
That person made the hole in the boat.
You have no proof of that. The boat's gone.
The guards look at the two people standing nearby. Are you with this person?
Yes, we'll put them
No.
in.
That's probably a wise decision.
Look, we can pay for the damages to the boat.
Causing this kind of
Need
ruckus
to-
at night. You're all coming back with me. You're under arrest for the damage of civilian property.
All right.
Do you swim out of the river, or are you gonna make them come in and get you?
You should just drown to own them.
just to prove them wrong.
Just to prove a point. No, I'm gonna.
Stop treading water.
I will swim to. I will swim to shore. And
It's not even that deep. Like.
Yeah. I will wade to shore.
Yeah. So yeah, you get there.
Oh God. Well, comrades. I think we can all agree. I think we can all agree that this was kind of a fuck up on my part, but I didn't realize that the response time of the priest was so bad.
There's no priests here.
Well, I know that now.
The guy you were talking, he just tries to wander off. Like, he's like gonna try to put like 12 feet of distance between you guys at least. Doesn't want to be associated with you.
Oh, you know what? It's probably easier for him to not have to do like a whole witness report.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys get brought in. You get walked down to the local station. Remember that? I mean, like
Okay,
a building.
once once we're like a little bit away,
Yeah.
I'm gonna whisper. Do we want to just take these guys out? Let's not deal with this.
No.
You said it was two police people?
Yeah, there's just two
Yeah.
two dudes. Yeah.
Look, we'd even. It's not a priest, but like it's a local. Start.
I kind of don't want to have to do anything to.
You know what? I'm not gonna try and convince you to do
Okay.
anything.
You guys
Let's-
get to your
let's
cell,
get arrested.
and you are arrested. However, before you guys are taken to be separately questioned, Shemra is escorted in following a very well-dressed, like, looking to be military official.
Oh, it's your friend.
What have you guys done?
I
listen,
did not
I'm
look
at Enid.
I am not great with boats.
I point at Enid.
Alright, whatever. You guys just be lucky that they managed to dredge the boat out.
I think it's.
I
I think
said
I'm
we'd
lucky.
replace
I
it.
think what people aren't pointing out
We
is that
could've gotten
it's
the boat
lucky
out.
that I didn't drown.
I'll drown you myself next time.
So, you guys, like, the guards kind of look awkward, but then the other man with the military uniform unlock them. And he comes in and escorts you out of your cell, and you're escorted out to, like, the outside the building with Shemra's friend, and the three of you, with no other guards around. This is not what I expected to be doing with my evening.
Yeah, I can say the same.
I did not foresee it. I did not foresee this happening either.
Well,
Didn't someone have like a meeting over by their mech? Is that still like? Is it time for that?
there will be time for that soon, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Shemra introduces his friend. So this is Zagara. He is a commander in one of the various brigades for Hufden. And I just asked him very nicely to get you guys out of jail.
Well,
Thank you for that.
really appreciate that.
Why would you have done this?
Good fucking question.
I would also like to know.
I just don't understand. I wanted to see I wanted to see a miracle.
Chaos is a force of the universe. It's not something you mortals can comprehend.
You do know that only priests perform miracles, right?
I didn't think it fully through. My judgment was clouded for a moment, but I thought
Okay.
that if I replicated the situation that brought a priest down in the first place, that a priest would I don't know why I thought a priest would materialize, but I thought that they would be there sooner.
Now, luckily, boats aren't very expensive around here, so you're not going to be punished very harshly. But you've not made a good name for yourselves already.
That's not really new for me.
I mean, like, it is just... Hovnen, like, do we really care? Like,
Fair enough. It is just Hub.
be real.
When you say that in front of Zagara,
No.
he kind of scowls at you.
I mean, like,
I do feel bad about the boat. I don't know what came over me. Listen, it's been difficult in this city to get any answers about what the priests do here, and I was, I guess, frustrated, and I took it out on that poor man's boat.
Well, the priests in this city function like the priests in others. They make executive decisions, and unique to Hovnen, they are the ones who decide which house gains which resources, and has to pay which fines or taxes.
yeah.
But how did they fix the boat?
With a miracle.
And that's where I got frustrated. Is nobody's nobody's willing to show me this.
Well, I'm not a
Miracle.
priest. I cannot.
Yeah, I know.
Shamrock's like, maybe we should take it easy for tonight, and we could approach this all tomorrow when we've cooled off a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay. I'm gonna take a walk. Think through.
Okay. Now, he mentions, I've got a place for you guys to stay. If you want.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna take you to one of the barracks where you could take a bed with the soldiers, but after this, we're gonna have to find somewhere else. However, there's a still functioning building out by the waste that should still be up. That was gonna be a new temple being built.
It's a nice abandoned shack.
Well, no, it should still have things to live. It was planned to be a temple for some of the ranged out priests to live out and oversee some of the slum districts, but the place was never expanded to, so it should still be functioning though if you want to go there.
Okay.
All right. So, it's going to take a little bit of mech travel to do that, so if you guys want to do anything before you hop in your mechs and go back, you can. Like, for example, meeting somebody who's supposed to meet you where your mech is.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick around until after I have my meeting.
Is the team going to hang out with that and join the meeting?
I feel like they might get lynched if they're alone.
I won't get lynched if I'm alone. Don't worry, I'm fine.
Okay. So the team agrees to stay with Enid for the meeting. So, actually, more than one person arrives. Funnily enough. There's roughly
Are they angry?
6 looking youths arrive at your mech. There's the one
Yeah.
that you directly brought, and then a few similarly aged or younger looking people.
Hail and well met.
Listen, we can't spend too long out here, but it seemed pretty important what you had to say.
Yeah, especially for all of you. I assume that none of you have been able to take part in the yearly ritual.
No, he gestures to him and 4 of the others. We were supposed to do it this year. Those 2 should be next year, but we weren't permitted access to the temple.
And does that seem fair to you?
Listen, I don't want to express some of the opinions I've heard from some of my friends, but I'm not interested in fighting these guys. I don't want to fight the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I'm not interested, okay? But if you guys said you can get us off planet, and you're not with them, are you?
Them? Question mark?
You know,
Sorry. Damn.
the rusted core.
No, God, no. We've killed a bunch of those guys.
Oh.
They've been our adversaries ever since we showed up here.
Yeah, no, we're not with the Rusted Core. We're not talking about Revolution. In fact, Revolution's the last... If I can avoid any conflict, that would be preferable, as opposed to the Rusted Core just seems to kind of want conflict for conflict's sake. No, I'm talking about outside help in a more peaceful sense.
All of us have families still in the city. If we leave, or if they find out we've been talking to you, our families might get hurt or disgraced further.
That
Can you promise their
that-
safety as well?
I will do whatever I can to keep them safe. Yes.
A few of them, like, as much as they believe you're saying the truth, or like, it doesn't sound like a yes.
I'm sorry. I'm not great with promises. I've never really had a lot of luck having things turn out the way I expect them to. I've had quite a few unexpected things happen to me, and that's a personal problem. But I can tell you wholeheartedly that if anything happens to your family, I will take it personally responsible. I will do everything in my power to keep them safe.
A few of them still look like they're really not excited to be here. Well, when can we leave?
That's a good question. I have to actually. I should have called them earlier. Can I contact my my associate?
Yes.
Duncan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on one second.
Hop in your mech and make a private phone call?
I'm gonna keep the door open, but yeah.
Okay. So, your contact answers you. What can I help you with?
Hey, so I have some locals here that wish to get off the planet, but they are being prevented by the local priests.
From what we understand, the people on the planet don't necessarily have a way to get off planet at all right now.
Is there any way we can extract them, though?
Right away? Not with the way Harrison Arm's been treating the place. It's not going to be easy. Do they know something that's important?
I mean, I just got a bunch of kids here who are interested in seeing the off-world.
Are they in immediate danger right now?
Not unless you count the fact that they're talking to us right now.
Well,
I
okay.
don't think we're that marked.
We just got arrested.
Now,
Yeah,
okay.
but I don't think people are going to be killed for talking to us.
We can guarantee that we can take them off planet once things settle down, but you understand the difficulties in dealing with a Harrison Arms expedition, right?
Yes, I'm fully aware of that.
This isn't going to take a day or two to get through, especially with the secrecy Harrison's been putting on the planet. They're clearly looking for something here, and the quarantine probably isn't going to lift until they find it. Or... yeah.
Yes, yeah. I have some theories on what they're looking for. I can tell you later. But I just wanted these kids to hear that I'm not talking bullshit.
Well, as long as they can extract, we can do that, but from what we've heard from reports, the cultures are very traditional or dogmatic. And we're going to have to do some negotiations with the priests nearby, from what we understand, before we can move any large ships in. This is, of course, after Harrison's dealt with their problem.
Yeah. What about smaller transports?
Harrison's still keeping the blockade up. We might be able to slip something in, but I don't want to sound callous, but rescuing a few civilians from a non-threatening circumstance doesn't really worth the risk.
Well, can you at least keep that resource free? I have a sneaking suspicion that we might be running into things might be getting dangerous soon. I have a hunch.
We've got ourselves ready to move as soon as a spark lights things off, but if you want us to do this subtly, it'll take some time and a large amount of resources will have to be used.
I'm gonna try and do this subtly, but I have to admit, I lost my cool today and broke a boat, so we'll see.
That doesn't matter. Listen, my other team ran into an issue. Let's just say Hovnin and Harrison might not be too favorable to each other very soon.
Okay. Yeah, I've been getting that feeling. All right. I'll let them know. Well, I mean, I've been letting them listen in on this call. You keep that transport ready, and if you need me to help you get that down here, let me know.
Okay.
And I'll report the rest later.
So, the line cuts off.
So, how's that sound, kids?
They're looking like they have no idea what the fuck you guys are talking about. But
all right,
a couple of kids, again, the ones who were looking like they were already kind of worried, don't seem to be any better. But the one kid and his other two friends, like they seem to be all on board. Yeah, they'll help you out. As long as the guy says again, as long as you're not asking us to fight, we'll help.
No, I would never ask kids to fight, but I need you to keep your eyes and ears open and tell me everything you know, and find out. We need to keep an eye open for danger, and I need to understand more fully what's going on this planet.
Well, if you need to know anything, we'll help you, but I don't really know if we know anything useful.
Do your parents work for anyone?
Well, yeah, they're all part of their various professional guilds. Why?
Find out what they know. Find out what they know, and find out what the people above them know.
Know about what?
I guess if any attack is about to happen, if soldiers are being moved, then equipment is being made. That means
Yeah, there's been some rumors about that. Like I said, the Rusted Core's been recruiting recently.
Okay. Where are they located? Do you know that?
They've got a base out in the wastes, I think. I don't know. A few of my friends went with them and haven't come back. I don't know for sure. I've been trying to keep clear of them. In addition, Hovnan's been moving a lot of soldiers around. They've put up these massive buildings, and nobody knows what goes on inside them.
Okay.
Near one of the mines as well, soldiers rushed in and took over the place. And stopped putting out any resources. I heard it might have been like a collapse or a gas leak, but the soldiers are posted there all the time now.
Something's definitely happening. All right. I need you to just keep your feet light. Be ready for action.
Okay, they all kind of just shrug, but yeah.
I mean, listen. If shit goes down, I don't know how immediate I can get transport for you, but once it gets here, it's probably gonna only have a small window before it has to leave again. So just be ready.
Be ready.
All right. All right. I don't really have anything else for you.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I should find out their names and shit.
All right. So the leader of the one that actually wants to talk to you, his name is Cleaves.
Please. Okay.
And his buddy is... pull up... Actually, some names I do. Okay. Balbec.
Okay.
Did I use this name already? Shit, I don't remember if I used this name already.
Balbec or...
No, the next one. Yeah, this is, Callan. Those are the three that are willing to work with you. The ones that are like, we just don't want to be part of this. This sounds too much.
Okay. Well, two out of...
a couple of them, like, are kind of
that.
scowling, like, as if they seem, like, actually dissatisfied with what you're doing, but... They don't want to talk to you, it looks like.
All right. Well, just don't snitch.
Alright. So, you guys want to head out to the coordinates you were given by Shemra, and more accurately, by Zagara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you guys begin heading out into the wastes, and you come across what can only be described as a recent war zone. There are mech chassis destroyed and blood in the sands beside a absolutely ruined, shelled out temple. There are craters in the ground as if artillery ordnance went off. There are easily 6 destroyed mechs just left out in the sun. Right outside the temple, there's a great deal of footprints in the sand, but that's about it. Everything else seems to be done on mech-to-mech combat. You could definitely tell there was at least 9 mechs present. There's only 6 left.
Was this recent?
As in today.
Oh, jeez.
Right, so you
Alright.
can hear it. Mechs are pretty loud.
This is like an hour out from where you guys were.
Yeah,
But-
mechs are pretty loud.
Yeah?
All right. Is there any survivors to talk to?
This place appears to be empty of people. However, when you go into the temple, there is very freshly discarded an outer layer of a priest garb. That's it.
Okay.
This isn't the other party we heard about, and the potential souring of relations with Helgingham. Oh well.
Yeah. Any identifying markers on the mechs here?
They are all rusted core mechs.
All of them.
All 6.
Huh. Huh. Do we? Do you think? Sorry, how many of them were still like functional mechs?
None. They were all destroyed completely.
All of
Yeah,
them,
but there were
okay.
3 others.
There were 3 other mechs, but judging by just like how the terrain looks and like the ripped to pieces of ground and explosion detritus and stuff, there was at least 9 mechs on the field, but 3 of them walked away.
Oh, okay. So now the question is who did those mechs belong to? I guess I'm gonna go inside, but I am like, I got my sidearm out because I don't know
Yeah.
if anyone's stuck around.
Okay. So, rather than inside, when you asked about survivors earlier, there
Yeah.
is one body that was left behind by whoever cleaned up the place. It took
Is
you
it
a
Ted?
second.
Don't touch the body.
Yeah, you looked around, but it's actually somebody had been inside one of the mechs close to the temple, and they had clearly gotten out and then left a trail of blood inside the temple, and they're just dead on the ground inside. They bled out.
All right.
They are in a rusted core uniform.
They turn out their pockets, see what they got.
Okay, so they got a sidearm. They've got like military gear, like rations and stuff like that. They've got a data slate that seems to be locked, and that's about it.
Data slate that's locked.
Yeah.
Sounds
No
like
tech personnel.
something I can hack.
Okay.
I would like to hack it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you've got it open. It's pretty rudimentary. There's like it's a personal data slate, but it's really not been used for very long by whoever owned it. There's no personalizations made to it. But you do find a thing called orders list.
All right, I open that up.
All right, and there is one order given to what is called the Viper unit, and that is escort captive priestess.
Oh shit.
And it's given to Viper 1, and it is received. The order was given out by Mustang, and it's dated yesterday.
Wait, did we kill Mustang?
Didn't we? Yeah. What?
Somebody
Well, I guess
used
you probably have
Mustang's tag to give this order. That's all you can tell from the data slate.
I mean, him getting cloned is
Motherfucker.
not like the biggest thing in the world. Like that's perfectly
No,
reasonable.
yeah, clones do exist, but I don't think Mustang had a clone. I think somebody is using Rusted Core to get a priestess off the world, and I have one major suspect as to who would want to do that. But is that all the information that's on there? Just the
Yeah.
order?
Aside from that, there's spec data. They were testing out some experimental stealth licenses that Rusted Core recently acquired, as if like this is brand new to Rusted Core. This is high tech shit. But it seems like well put together. Like the license for it and the mechs you guys salvage look like they're based more on like Harrison tech than Horus tech.
Oh, of course they
Or-
are. Oh, all right. Shit. Okay. So, are there any tracks left by the 3 mechs that survived?
Yes, there are.
Um.
They head straight towards one of the main roads that leads back to Gieta Run.
I don't know about you two, but I think this is more pressing than anything else.
Yeah.
Because unless I obviously we should search for anyone else in this building, but I doubt the priestess is here. I think if there's a priestess, it's with those 3 mechs headed back to Giadarun.
Yeah. So this, like, judging by the state of the body, today was like it probably happened like right in the morning, like right away.
Yeah.
So they've been gone for probably most of a day, at least.
So we gotta go.
If you can catch them.
Yep, well, let's go.
All right. So, you guys hop in your mechs and begin chasing down the tracks. It crosses through a dust basin. And you know roughly the direction they're going, but a storm's coming, so probably gonna lose track. You can tell from the tracks, however, it is a beeline to Giadarun, but you guys are gonna have to find somewhere to shelter. As there's a large open space between Hovnen and Giadarun that is unfortunately prone to sandstorms, which is gonna come tonight, probably before you make it.
Outside of Giadarun, Amun's protection, I guess.
Yes.
Shit. Where can we make shelter?
You guys could just hunker down in your mechs and buckle them up. Or you could try to just push through the storm. Your mechs are rated to handle extreme weather, but it's up to you.
I'm willing to risk it.
Okay. You could also turn back. You can make it back to where the church was before the storm hits if you want to do that as well.
Nah, no retreat.
All right.
I think buckling down our mechs is like a pretty sane choice.
Well, if you're operating under moving, you're not going to be able to buckle down as nicely as you'd like.
No, I think we're just sitting here, right?
But what, like, we need to get to that Rusted Core unit before they get to wherever they're trading off that priestess.
Well,
Who said they got away with it?
Someone else might have stopped them and taken the priestess.
A lot of them are dead.
Yeah.
My guess is they're on the losing end of this fight.
Okay. Our trade-off's already happened then. Listen, my running theory.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a notice to help this.
Yeah.
Viper unit was numbered 1 through 6. If that helps. There's 6 dead Rusted Core mechs, and Viper unit had 6 members.
Yeah. So the surviving ones are, I mean, it's got to be Harrison, but they got mechs from Harrison. It was basically a double cross.
We were told to kill those guys. They're expendable.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd be fine with hunkering for the night. I feel like we'll probably have enough time in the morning. Catch up.
Okay then. I'm not gonna push it then.
Okay. So, do you guys want to call anybody about this beforehand?
Yeah, we're going
Yeah, let's
to...
do Duncan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Duncan.
You can like hear him like, all right, what is it? I'm busy.
We might have a problem.
Talk to me about it.
Rusted Core's got a hold of a priestess from Hovnen.
No, they don't. We do.
I see.
One of our units captured one and is sending it up to space. Yeah.
Do we know how? Oh, thank goodness Harrison Armory was there to save her.
Yeah.
I assume she wants to go off planet now.
That is what the report has listed, yes. The report lists one Hovnen priestess, fully willing to cooperate and excited to experience the joys of leaving the planet. That is the official statement that will be written and submitted to Union.
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right. Is she gonna stay on the orbiting station?
I couldn't tell you. I don't have authority over the transfer. However, alongside this capture, I'll let you know I've seen some disappearances of some high licensed tech.
Would it happen to be stealth tech?
Amongst many others.
Yeah, well, we found it. Rusted Core had it.
Oh. Wait. You guys fought Rusted Core?
No, they were already dead.
As in, I just noticed the loss. I'm spelling it out for you. I have a feeling somebody got bribed to send the priestess up.
Yeah. No, I 100% follow you there.
If you want to... Okay. If... There's no point for us to return to Jitterun, right? If this is under Harrison.
Now, well, let's just say it's unlikely that she will be returned, barring significant negotiations on your path and proof of Hovnan's need for her. If you guys make a compelling enough case and talk to people at Hovnen, you can likely negotiate a stance that Hovnen will give up something in return for their priestess, if they're willing to.
What's the name of this priestess?
Shanoa.
Shanoa.
Or, sorry,
Shanoa?
Shona.
Shona.
Shona. S-H-O-N-A. Shona.
Okay. So we'll see what we can do.
Well, if you guys don't do anything, Harrison Armory has one valuable card in their pocket from now on. However, if you'd like, you can go try to leverage her capture against the Hovnen officials and see if you can't lean on them for cooperation. If you provide a fulfilling enough case, I can likely go above the head of whoever captured her in the first place and get her sent back down.
Yeah, we'll talk to Hovnen.
Anything else to report?
Nope. Had a brief thought about a vote, and I just let that one slide.
All right.
No, nothing to report.
All right.
Nothing
I'm
else.
busy. Talk to you later. Click. So there you have it. You now know who got your priestess.
It's a lot of information. None of it completely unexpected.
Oh, funny how that
Yeah.
works.
Yeah. What's the plan, guys? Do we want to head back now?
You
Yeah,
guys
we
have been
also have to-
with your chat. The storm probably can't make it to Hovnen directly. If you guys stop at the church, you can stay the night there.
Yeah.
Or if you
Yeah,
want to go
also-
right through the storm, you get to Hovnen and then make it to the agricultural.
Do we want to stand up the merchants?
No, probably not. That's probably not a good idea either, huh?
Yeah, I thought I'd bring that back up just in case.
Well, I mean, when I thought there was still a chance to get the priestess back, I thought that kind of took high priority. But since we're too late on that,
Yeah.
might as well keep our date.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's head back and rest up, I guess.
Bum, 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 bum. So you guys head back to the temple. Again, it's like a war zone out there, but you can sleep there for the night. There's still rooms on the inside that are insulated and secured. So. There's books
Hey,
of
Rose.
catechisms and stuff like that around if you want to read them.
Oh, I want to chat with Rose for a bit.
But... Okay.
Hey, Rose.
Oh.
You you mentioned you mentioned a simulation of the universe. I feel like that's a hard task to accomplish. There's just so much fucking chaos.
Why?
I mean, I mean, if you had told me that today I would destroy a boat, I would tell you why. I could not possibly comprehend the sequence of events that would lead me to smashing a boat apart. And even now, I still don't quite understand the sequence of events that pushed me there.
Well, your mind is merely human, is it not?
I guess it is. How much did you expect that to happen?
Very little. I found it odd and a little bit out of character.
I guess I've been a little stressed lately.
Are you worried?
Yeah.
For whom?
I don't know. I'm worried for the people on this planet, but I'm also like I'm worried that the thing that crashed into the ship that brought the people here, I'm worried that it's related to what crashed into my ship, and I don't know why, but coincidences are kind of unnerving.
Indeed. The human brain is excellent at recognizing patterns in unrecognized piece of data, but could you be recognizing the correct pattern?
I don't know. It's entirely likely that it's all unrelated, but you asked me if I had faith, and I don't think I have the same kind of faith that the people on this planet have, but...
Could you?
That's... I still can't answer that one, I don't think, Rose. But I do have a sort of faith in my hunches. I don't know. I feel that these things that are related, and I have like almost no basis for it, but I can't shake that feeling.
Do you have your friends? Could they help?
I don't know, maybe. I don't know if I could even call them friends. That's not a personal judgment from my perspective. I don't think I am.
I have observed that effectiveness within tight-knit groups raises when cohesion also raises. You should make friends.
I don't know if I'm capable of that anymore. I don't know. I don't know if I'm... Am I likable, Rose?
Do you have faith?
God, no, Not... I don't think I do, no.
Do your friends, or to-be friends, have faith?
I don't know. Probably should ask them that, huh? Would that increase team cohesion? Asking them about faith?
Human minds are complicated. An accurate simulation is difficult, as you have thus proven.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna need some help getting to sleep tonight.
Acknowledged.
And I'm gonna spend the rest of the night meditating with Rose.
There you go. Are either
Oh,
other characters gonna have a bonfire and cook up some plants while this happens?
I'm gonna like get a can from that rations we found earlier after cooking it up, and
Okay.
just flick some coins
There
into
is
the can.
meat in the ration pack.
Whoa!
I'll offer it to anyone else who's interested.
Sure.
Wait, this isn't cockroach? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is cockroach meat?
Maybe.
I mean, there's cockroach milk.
Oh.
It's the
God.
future.
I can't really judge cockroach milk except on a gut reaction to seeing those two words together.
All right. Whatever the case, you have some rusted core rations. If you'd like to have some, there's enough for you guys to comfortably eat for the next couple days with the leftover parts from the mechs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
If you guys would like to keep some good old four-legged animal around.
Hey kids, you want to try some meat?
No, you don't tell them. You just serve it to them. That's how you trick them.
That's kind
So-
of messed up.
Though, there's a chance that not having eaten meat before, they'll just get sick.
Yeah, you kind of want to warn them ahead of time so they know what they're getting into.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. The night continues and dims.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't do anything. I'll chat with Zucia if
Yeah, what are we
she's
talking about?
up here. I don't know. Just be like, so yeah, what was it that you were doing before you came here?
Working on machines
Yeah, see anything interesting?
with like forklifts and stuff.
Factory work?
Sometimes a tank.
So-
Ooh.
Sometimes a really big forklift.
Oh. And you ever work on like any ships or anything like that?
I've worked in ships on other things.
You know what? That's something.
I think after having a moment of alone, I think after that conversation, I will join these two.
You can talk about the ships you've worked on.
Yeah, tell us about the ships you've worked on in the past.
Yeah, no, I worked. I worked on a Farfield team. I think I mentioned that before. That's really the only ship I've worked on. It was the Providence. I had a pretty nice crew. Got along nicely with everyone. And then everyone just kind of died.
Oh wow. It's hard to lose people you're close to.
Yeah, it's not, they're not the first people I've known to have died, but it's one thing, like once in a while you lose somebody, but it's another thing when it's like the whole group of people just gone.
I understand. It happened to my old outfit too. When my father passed away. A lot of others died in that battle.
Do you miss them?
Of course. There's not a day I go by without thinking of them, especially my father. I owe everything to him.
Yeah. I'm sorry about today with the boat and everything.
Ah, don't sweat it. You never know how people are going to react.
Yeah, I barely know how I'm gonna react half the time. So, yeah. There's been, with all this talk of like religion, like every single fucking day, I gotta ask, do either of you have any faith in anything like this?
I guess I have faith in people.
I don't have faith in people. You live and you die. Look, we're here for a job and we're doing a job.
You know, that's fair. I'm fine with that.
Sometimes we're the one making people not live anymore, and that's fine.
I mean, I'm a mercenary. I like to believe that humanity will find a place where we can finally be at peace, but it's something that has to be earned.
I don't know. I had a slight overreaction today because I don't really have much faith in a lot of things.
You could just start believing in a god. It's that easy.
It's,
If you just start, then it's a religion.
I mean,
I got some faxes from a temple the other week. I could let you know about them.
it's really hard to have faith in a god when everyone you know and cared about just gets ripped from you from like a simple random act. It's, I guess if a god or gods do exist, I think they're all bastards.
Yeah, I
Well, don't let
necessarily
this
believe
god
that.
hear you say that. I don't think they'll like it very much.
No, I think it's already too late. I think this god already knows how I feel. And honestly, the longer I'm on this planet, the more frustrated I get with them.
No, if we're here, it means they let us be here. I don't know. That's how I think of it, at least.
What if we were brought here, though,
It's entirely possible.
and you're
Bro.
you're okay with that?
Why not?
To be subject to the whims of some all-knowing being that's fucking around with us all?
Usually
mean-
it's someone else's whim. That's how
But
it
we
is.
are here on someone else's whim.
I guess that's true, but I don't know. I guess I take it more personally when it's one thing to receive orders from Harrison. It's another thing to just have no idea when it's the influence of some other thing and when it isn't, or maybe it all is. I don't know. It's frustrating. I don't know how you're
Harrison
not
is
frustrated
so
by it.
big, I'm sure other people could consider it a god. Like, come on.
I feel
I
like
just-
if you think about it too much, you're just gonna make yourself upset. It's
What's the
infinite.
difference between a miracle and using a printer?
Well,
Checkmate.
you got me there.
Checkmate.
I don't-
theists.
Yeah, I mean, if Harrison's a god, that just goes right back to my statement that all gods are bastards. Anyway, sorry about the boat and all that.
It wasn't my boat, it's okay. I forgive you.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Thanks.
I don't really like the way this town operates anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, what is that? Meat? Can I have some?
Yeah.
And with that, the night continues. Okay. So, the next morning comes up, and, you guys get a call from, your good friend Duncan.
Oh, hello.
Well, thought I'd advise you the situation. There's been some movement amongst, some of the paladins in Gieta Run. Don't know if you've heard anything on your end.
No, not really.
Listen,
Not there at the
the
moment.
Rusted Core has been stirring up some shit, but,
Yep.
it appears that one of the paladins has gone rogue. And recently killed some people. I don't know much, they're not really willing to speak, but they sent out a hunt squad for it. Something is strife in the ranks, so if you see a lone paladin wandering around, be careful.
Well, I should shake their faith a little.
Yeah,
And
luckily a Freet here is more than capable than taking on a paladin.
I would advise against that.
Really?
We've done some tests on what we know the paladins be capable of. They're not going to be an easy fight. On good
Okay,
news,
that's pretty
however,
well.
your guys' mech printing has cleared through. If you'd like, we can you can use your printer back at your guys' base to print whatever it is you need for your next license.
Yes.
Congratulations, Lancers.
Thank you.
I will burn as bright as the brightest stars.
Well, that's an interesting take on it.
All will
However-
know me and all will love me and despair.
Ah. Well, you guys certainly are excited. And again, watch out. We've seen some satellite movement of forces on the ground. We think it might be the Rusted Core. Just keep an eye out.
Will do.
Call-outs. So, you guys have the option to go back to your base and print out your new mechs. Or you could hang out in Hovnen for a bit and chat to people.
Well,
we do have our meeting at noon. We do have that.
We have our time-sensitive things to deal with here, so I think we should probably deal with that.
Okay.
We could just fuck off. Like,
I mean, yeah, I
like,
was kind of
changes in the map.
I was kind of bullshitting to try and get us in the door, but like how much do we actually want to do that right now?
Well,
Like,
we can just drop this. It's fine.
We can drop it. Do we want to? Because like
what do we have to gain in heaven then?
Really?
Local contacts.
Well, I got local contacts. Don't you worry.
We're making friends with the kids.
I've
that
got
are
my-
like, man.
I've got my Hovnen irregulars on the case.
Okay, so to recontextualize some of the things you guys have heard about that either has been forgotten or I didn't explain clearly enough.
Yeah.
Duncan wants you to go to Hovnen, talk to the priests or people in power, and essentially negotiate the return of the priestess because it's not going to his faction.
Yeah.
It
So
means he
soon
doesn't
we
want it
forgot.
in space, and he'd much rather have his faction gain some leverage over Hovnen. Examples of such would be like agreement of an established embassy, or at least oversight to some of their paladins or military operations. Harrison wants in on that. Hovnen has been repeatedly saying no to that. Hovnen also, you guys know Rusted Core have been operating and recruiting out of Hovnen space right now. You want to follow up on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can try talking to the priests with what we've found out.
Yeah. Shona's been taken. Surely they will not be happy about that.
Yeah, and if we're gonna go, we might as well talk to the merchant because, reputation. It's soured, so it would be better to turn it at least slightly favorable.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm in the. I don't know if I need. I already initiated the merchant thing. I got to go do that, but I don't think I should be going into the temple right now.
If you want, we can split up and deal with it separately.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any other plans, or is that what we're going with?
Good enough.
Yeah. Meet up after we both do our thing.
I can just start like causing trouble and try to lure out the other paladin and die if we want to like split up everyone even further.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you want.
Yeah.
The paladin wasn't specifically in Hovnen.
I can give you a gun if you just want to shoot yourself in the head in the middle of the street.
I have a gun actually. I could do it myself.
Okay.
Oh no.
I don't. I'll be fine. I'm just talking to merchants. What are they gonna do?
Are you gonna try and summon your persona?
Oh no.
I'll be fine.
Okay. So, we'll finish up with this at the very least. So, temple time. Ducey and Savas make it up to the temple. Again, it's no longer as crazy busy because there's not a flood of people going in. But you do know some people are still leaving. Like, occasionally a person comes out of the temple after their meeting. So, what do you want to go in?
Yes, I would like to go in.
All right. So, the two of you are now in the temple, and there are some priests wandering around. No one, like, stopped you at the door like last time, though, so...
Okay.
Hello? Okay.
We lost Sadie.
Oh, no, Sadie.
Oh, no. Hello?
Hello.
Welcome back.
Return?
Well, I'm back.
Welcome back!
You scared us.
Yeah. Okay, we can get through this pretty quick if you need to go. So, temple.
I mean, Ishmael.
You guys are there. There's
Temple.
some priests. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll...
Try to find an important person?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. Sorry, my bad. That's one big yawn. So, you walk up to a fancy-looking lady who has got her like eyes are like half closed, like a serene smile on her face as she's instructing other priests what to do.
I'll ask, excuse me, could we have a moment of your time?
Of course. What is it you need?
Well, it's a potentially concerning matter if you'd like to discuss it a bit more in private.
Oh, of course. Follow me. She begins walking down one of the hallways towards a series of doors. What? Have you been to this temple before? I don't recognize you.
We visited briefly yesterday, but we're not exactly local.
Oh, I figured not.
Yeah. But what we have to speak about does concern the city. We have reason to believe one of your priestesses.
So as you're speaking, she like opens up a big door and leads you into like a nice office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we'll save that for when we're actually alone.
Yeah. So it's like it's a swanky room.
Ooh.
With wood and metal kind of decorating things. There's a giant symbol of a pair of crossed hands like you've seen before. Like, carved into the back wall and like with metal filigree filling it. And then two big windows with actual glass. Now, explain the sensitive issue, if you would.
Yes, it's about one of your priestesses, Shona.
Of course.
Not sure if there's anything that might be to the contrary, but we have reason to believe she's been taken from here.
Oh, she has. Well, not from here directly, but yes, she's been captured. We're aware.
All right. Well, you see, we have reason to believe she's being taken by certain elements of Harrison that don't exactly align with our beliefs.
Oh, is kidnapping someone a bit too good for you?
Well, you see, you might want to wrap everyone together, but that would be like us associating you with the people of the other cities here. It's not exactly a fair comparison. We are quite varied as well.
And yet you hold yourself to a higher moral standard than those, I imagine?
Kidnapping is not exactly the way anyone should try and go about anything, at least in my view.
Well, then certainly you'd be willing to assist us in the rescue of our priestess.
Yes, we would like to aid in her return, though doing so would pose some risks for us. So, if possible, we'd like to potentially have some sort of trade, a benefit here.
Of course. I can't just ask the noble warriors to rescue the princess with nothing in return, can I? Well, what can I promise you?
Let's see,
Can we just keep her? Can we just take her back? Harrison?
Can we just transfer who she's going to? No.
Have her
I say-
separately.
Just send her right to Duncan instead.
Yeah. Well, our benefactors have expressed interest in opening an embassy here.
Of course they have.
And you see, it wouldn't be solely one-sided. It would give us a place to monitor and potentially strike out against the Rusted Core if they were to try and interfere with the city again.
Now, tell me though, what can I give you? You notice she hasn't opened her eyes since he sat down in the chair. She's like had her eyes closed the whole time.
So look at like Dusa. Just kind of shrug. You got anything?
Permission to take a willing priest off planet?
Well,
Central is the big star here.
I mean, that's basically not a. It's not exactly a great trade, I'd say.
well.
It's basically status quo from what we currently have, but if possible.
What if I were to offer you the location of the warrior known as Mustang?
We'd be very happy to have that information.
Enough for
I
you to
kinda-
go off on your quest? The rescue?
Well, you see, we would happily take down Mustang, but I'm sure that's of mutual benefit, is it not?
Is it not? Well, that's the question. Now, you seem to want him more than I do. For Mustang might have offered me a deal as well. And I'm certain you and your benefactors would certainly like to know what he has to offer.
Is there information, or any information you might have handing to the rest of the Corps would be greatly appreciated.
Ah, but like you said, it would be risky for me to volunteer my services, only to receive nothing in return.
We can trade this information, I'd say, especially if it involves certain roots of technology entering Jitterun. Or, yeah, no, why would I say Jitterun? Hovnen.
And you, Ducia, what do you want?
Priest. In space now.
I want to finish my contract and leave.
Could we not
Get off
buy
this
out your
rock.
contracts?
Or we can just finish our job here.
No, then.
I like staying alive and not blowing up inside my neck in a giant fireball.
It's not that bad.
Well, could I offer you some of the benefits of our god, then?
Alright, I'm curious.
Well, you witnessed the desire to stay alive. Do you not have faith? Could you have faith if Tetamune
Already.
asked you directly to believe?
I don't know. I think I have to be put on the spot. You know, it's like one of the quizzes. Like, I don't know what I know.
Wow. From the way I see things right now, I would very much like to have Shonen return to us. And I have some information that you very much want to have.
It is true. Though you didn't exactly give a clear statement about your opinion on the embassy.
The embassy would likely be disallowed by forces outside of my direct control. From your point of view, the priests and priestesses must seem all-powerful. Well, Hovnen is uniquely situated in that we don't necessarily have the most control. I'm afraid I couldn't promise an embassy to you. Especially not when so many forces are already so dead set on fighting you.
It's a shame we don't have any way to contact Duncan from here.
You know, I think it was my back pocket this whole time. You know, the back pocket dudes. Oh. God, this entire time, just forgot about it.
I feel like I'm gonna accept this deal while missing some critical piece of information.
Folks, I'm kicking myself that I didn't go to the temple.
Look, if I get to meet the god, I'll tell you all about it, I promise.
Well, meeting the god is unlikely, unfortunately.
No, that wasn't our telepathic link. You didn't hear that.
Okay. I see.
That was just out of character goofing.
Out of character grumbling. Got it. All right. So the priest
they
lady
have-
is kind of watching the two of you, but not. You notice her eyes are still closed. However, she is unerringly looking right at Ducia right now.
I think we were just helping the priest to be nice people and stay safe for Harrison Armory. But that's our goal here. We're public relations officers.
You are.
That is true. Okay, well, we'll agree to this.
I was ready to do it for nothing.
Well,
Okay.
That's literally our job description, is to be nice to them.
now, I understand you likely can't just tell me that Shona will arrive and she will be here. But
We'll probably have to.
I happen to know when the shuttle going up is, if you would like to physically rescue her.
Yeah, that sounds doable.
Well, for now, I can give you then one piece of information. In return. Hovnan's nobles have recently brokered a deal. Now, this deal has given them multiple devices in which you would call a printer.
Ooh.
And I'll have you know that it is not Rusted Core who is at fault. Rusted Core is currently interested in using us to defeat Harrison. It has been clear by their entreatments that that is what they're after. The defeat of Harrison is more important than the satisfaction or survival of us. Yet there are some other persuasive and wealthy people who have managed communication, and this means that the self-interested noble class are acting with their self-interest in mind.
I was afraid this might happen when I heard of how things worked here.
Indeed, would it not be nice if everyone equally was close to God?
Is that to say you're opposed to the recent policy changes?
Ah. Well, to oppose that policy would be to oppose God himself, would it not be?
Why would it only be implemented in this city?
Because God does not treat us all equally.
Seems like the worst treatment gets sent here.
Then you are missing some of the bigger pictures as well.
Must be. I can't say I'm not a local.
You could be. Were you so inclined?
Did not know there were citizenship options.
For brave and honorable warriors willing to fight in the name of God, there will always be a home for you.
Oh. Crunch.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's perfect. I'm sorry.
Well, it's something I'll keep in my mind.
So, in a base, not a small travel east from Gieta Run, they're going to launch the shuttle containing Shona. If you were to leave now, you would likely have 1 day before the shuttle's launch.
Probably give us time to reach a printer.
Yeah, you guys can get to the out of character time frame. You guys have time to print your new mechs and get to the shuttle before the launch happens,
Yeah.
if you want. And when you're doing so, have faith that Tetamune will be watching you. Any more questions
right.
you have?
No, I think you've answered enough.
Well then, Savas, Ducia, I pray for your safe return.
All right. Thank you for gracing us with this conversation. We
You
hope
may
to
call
bring
me
back
Rashia.
Rashia. Okay. We hope to bring back good news.
Me as well. And she doesn't seem to get up to escort you out, but just kind of sits and looks up at the ceiling where you can see the hand mural continues into a large eye staring down from the ceiling at the room.
Yeah, kind of figured that. Okay, let's go. When we get out of there,
Yeah.
I'll look at Ducey and be like, I don't think we said my name around her.
I mean, we've introduced ourselves around here. What gets around?
All right, well,
We were.
yeah, we were arrested, fair enough.
And I feel like the priests are a little bit higher than the police.
Yeah. No, my brain was trying to come up with something. Orist. It doesn't work.
All this,
I'm sorry.
the weird off-planeters got arrested. Do you think all the priests would police report? Come on. Here's your noggin.
All right. Well,
All right. In the Merchants Guild,
Where I but
Back to Enid and their stupid bullshit.
this could happen. I'm not here.
okay.
Alright.
Yeah. So
Be right
I'm gonna let it know we can call the session after this. We're not gonna do the fight this session.
Okay.
So
good.
yeah, if you
You can fight without me if you want.
no,
No.
you guys are gonna need to do this. Unfortunately, it is 2 full sessions of no combat, but that's okay. I feel like my world's hopefully interesting enough to keep you guys interested.
I'm having fun.
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, if you need to go, Sadie, feel free. But if you want to stay around and listen to this, you might learn something.
Just take the notes.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
okay.
All right. I'll take notes for you. Okay. Well, thank you.
Good night, thank you.
Thank you for being here tonight,
Yep.
and good luck with
night.
the rest of your day tomorrow.
Have a good night.
All right. So with that, Enid heads to the Merchants Guild, or specifically one of the Metallurgists Guild, and you arrive early for your appointment. And then eventually you get sent in. The patriarch of the guild is a heavy-set man. His fingers seem to be stained with ink, and he's got small round spectacles pushed up above his nose and a bushy white mustache covering up his lips. You're that Rose one, aren't you? Something with a limitation as well?
Yes, I am Enid Carter. I represent Compass Rose Limited, a brand new startup. And I wanted to talk to you. I noticed that you seem to have I wouldn't say specialization, but you do work with weaponry. Am I correct in that?
You would be correct.
What if I told you that I could help you fashion weapons unlike anything you've ever seen?
You talking about the Harrison Armory stuff?
Yes. Imagine if you could make it yourself without Harrison Armory.
You're offering me a printer now, are you?
Not as such. I am offering you blueprints.
Ah, the blueprints.
How you create what you create with these blueprints, that is up to you. If you can get your hands on a printer, perfect. But
Wow.
but it would require less licensing from Harrison Armory, a boon to you, I would say.
Yeah, you could say that. However, the wind's blowing. I don't know if I'll be able to be free of any one team for too much longer. Now, what kind of technology would it require to be able to build these blueprints? From what I've seen, they're very complicated, beyond what we can produce here.
Am I right to so my experimental weapon, like I obviously used like a printer to make it, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably
You
possible.
could probably
You could-
build
if
a
I
mech
want-
weapon, but like it would. The problem
Yeah.
with using the level of technology they have is material production. They don't have
Yeah.
things like aluminum or
Mhm.
carbon. They
But
don't
I could-
have an
I could-
easy way to. they don't have the tools needed to make the tools needed to make the factories needed to produce the materials needed to make the tools needed to, etc.
Yeah.
Right?
No. Yeah. But like, I could, like, because here's the thing. Enid actually isn't really interested in dealing weapons to these people.
Yeah.
They are just using this as a way
No.
to gain some favor. They can't create my prototype weapon, but like I could probably set them on the path towards making a lesser version of that, which is probably still better than what they've got. That's
Right.
my reasoning here.
However, the guy does put forward. Now, you understand for certain what our limitations of our technology is. Now, what I'd rather be interested in learning from an off-worlder is how to greatly improve our current processing abilities. If my factories could put out more steel of a higher quality, then I could begin to form a monopoly.
Those are swell. I mean, I can definitely set you on that path. As I can, because I can teach you how to get your. I won't lie to you. Without a 3D printer, you're not going to be able to make the things that I've been able to make.
Exactly.
But you can get a leg up on making things. If you can get a leg up making things before anyone else on this planet has a printer.
I'm gonna
Think
let
of
you
what
in
you
on a
can
little
do.
secret. You're an off-worlder.
Yeah.
Every city at this rate is gonna have a printer.
Right. But you're going to have a head start on them.
Now, what's to save my company from having to compete against, I don't know, a noble house who decides to print out tools to more quickly produce higher quality weapons and steel than I can make?
They're not gonna be able to immediately produce things with that printer.
No.
Yeah, everyone's gonna have a period of time where they're still learning it. I'm giving you an opportunity to learn before you even have it.
What kind of library are you working on?
Library?
Of materials, tools, creations.
I mean, I have learning material that that I can't tell you. Listen. You know that they have this saying: teach someone to fish. Give someone a fish, they eat for a day. Teach them to fish, they'll eat for the rest of their life. I am more like telling you how to build the fishing pole before you actually have the materials to build it. And that is not nothing, especially when everyone else is going to want to be making that fishing pole. If you know how to make that fishing pole, the second you get that printer, you're going to be making things faster than anyone else.
Okay, so you consider this from as a DM, I'm going to let you know, use the fishing analogy for a planet of people who don't fish. But he acknowledges what you're saying, and he moves on.
Teach someone how to give someone a bug.
So he accepts what you're saying. Now the problem here is give a month. The noble families here will either be at war with Harrison and being supported by another outside force, or have bowed to Harrison and be using their weaponry against whatever outside force exists. Now, you're telling me to get ahead of the game, but if they're being given everything, then beginning my own research and development team right now won't help me.
Well, then I guess you don't want my cool special weapon.
Well, I would love whatever you can bring to us, but you have to be understanding about the fact that I'm playing against the clock here. I don't have time to research and wait.
And I'm giving you a leg up on it. Listen,
now, what do you want? You've given me what you have to offer. What is it I can give you? Surely not money or material.
Social standing. That's plain and simple. I would like a niche for myself here in Hovnen.
Okay.
And I'm doing my best to carve that niche.
Now, if I were to throw my weight in with you, I would have to throw my weight behind you in whatever stance you politically take. This is currently inadvisable in the current climate. People right now are scared of outsiders, for apparently good reason. Have you heard of how many people have died recently due to the Rusted Core's operations?
That's well and true, but without outside help, how do you expect to fight off the Rusted Core?
I don't, but why should I throw my lot in with you instead of with Harrison Armory directly?
Because I've actually fought off Rusted Core before. This weapon that I'm talking about has been used against Rusted Core mechs to great effect.
I'll acknowledge that, but one weapon, honestly, will not help me right now.
And it's all, unfortunately, it's all one person can offer you. I can't offer. I'm not trying to replace any connections you have with Harrison Armory or other outside parties. I'm simply trying my best to attach myself to you.
Well,
this is
with
all I
what
have
you're
to
offering
offer.
me, I don't wish to be attached to you. But how about this? You give me the schematics, and I will get you inside with a legal invitation, anonymously, to one of the more upcoming galas. Does that sound fair?
That sounds fair. Obviously, I gotta make a new copy of this because this is a napkin.
Yes, I can see that. If you need
So
tools or writing materials, they're here. Or if you'd be willing to leave behind a data slate, that would be much appreciated.
Oh, I much prefer working with paper.
I
I will make a copy for you.
What a shame.
And then when I'm making the copy, I'm making intentionally bad data on this blueprint. Something they won't notice until much later.
All right. There you go.
All right.
So, he has gotten you and your team, which he now knows you're associated with because, you know, he heard the news of the outsiders got arrested. And he gets you a team that's going to accept 3 people into a gala that is in 3 days.
Hell yeah.
So, I'll
And-
make sure I write that
and-
down in my notes. 'Cause I gotta write that
And
down.
hopefully it's not gonna be for a long while that they find out that the blueprints are faulty.
Well, you better hope he doesn't have any access to any of those 3
Enid-
printers that that he
Enid-
said the city has.
Enid loves sewing and just can't seem to understand that eventually you do have to read.
Okay, well.
Absolute mad lad.
You've
I-
got your decision done, and you've made your trade.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So what's been going on with y'all?
Well, you see, simple stuff. We're gonna go kill Mustang after we get back the priestess.
Didn't we already kill Mustang?
Now we gotta do it again, I guess.
All right.
This time I'll make him burn.
All right. So we're gonna kill Mustang, get the priestess back.
Ah,
What are they?
different, opposite order. Sorry.
What?
We gotta get the priestess back, and then we'll be told where Mustang is, and I can go kill him.
Oh, okay. So we got to get the priestess back first. Do we know?
Yeah.
How do we know how we're doing that?
Well, you see, she's being taken off world a day or two. We just gotta, capture her.
Okay. Day or two. So we do that, and then
Yeah.
we'll have 2 to 1 days to get back for the gala because I've got us tickets in.
Nice.
So yeah, I did something too. All right. I guess we got to head back to base and print us some new mechs because we've got some rescuing to do.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys want to do in town before that, or are we just gonna shuttle you guys off and call it there?
It's probably a good place to call it.
If you guys want to do downtime actions, you have plenty of downtime.
Yeah. I don't know I don't know what downtime I do. Right. I've already punched a boat.
You want to get the boat punching trigger?
I'll do some carousing, I guess. Like, chat with the locals. Just try
to build some
be
rep?
friendly. Yeah.
Alright, make your roll, Chief. You just show off while doing it?
Yeah, of course. Just try and act cool. Everyone will be like, oh, that's a cool guy.
Okay, you're gonna act cool. Got it. Make your roll, Chief.
Alright, show off, yeah. So, oh, I did it again. Mom, get the
Well,
camera.
So was that getting a damn drink, or was that gather information, or was that get connected?
I guess get connected. So,
Okay.
hit me up.
So,
How bad I do.
the people. Oh well. So okay, this is essentially this is getting a connection. So getting connected is making connections, calling in favors for help, or drumming up support for a course of your action. You got people interested, but they're not gonna do it unless you do something for them first.
Oh, hell yeah. That's perfect.
So they're calling in a favor of like, all right, big shot, if you're so good at killing bad guys, how about you deal with this skirmish of Neshret soldiers who have been seen near the border fucking shit up?
Okay. I can probably get that done. It's gonna be a bit of time.
There you go. That was your get connected roll.
This is gonna go great.
1 mech versus 10 humans. Who wins?
I'd like to introduce you to the torch. How would it even work? Because they don't really have like real guns aside from, antiques.
Yeah,
So they wouldn't be able to damage my mech, right?
they can. I would essentially give them the squad, but I wouldn't let them use their anti-material weapon. And
Okay.
I'd probably do half their damage.
That means I can expose myself and just light them up.
Yes,
Nice.
if you wanted to. I'm not gonna
Of course I would.
do that today.
I don't want you to.
Good. Okay. Alright, is Enid gonna do anything else with his downtime action, or her there, right? Sorry, I keep getting that wrong. I'm so sorry.
Her or there. That's
Okay,
fine.
yeah.
I was gonna try and I would like to gather some information.
Okay. What do you want to learn?
I want to learn more about the plants on this planet.
Okay.
Primarily, like what's keeping them alive under these conditions.
Sounds good.
Uh,
Make your roll.
Okay.
What are you gonna do to get it? Investigate? Or are you gonna?
Investigate.
Okay.
It's like one of my better skills.
Perfect. I believe in the heart of the cards.
Oh,
Well,
baby. Oh, baby.
So unfortunately,
Nothing.
that's not the heart of the cards you wanted.
No.
So,
We're both so skilled at this.
honestly, I can't really punish you for it. Like, you can choose to just not know, or you can choose to like make everybody aware you've been looking. That's about it. All I got.
You've been looking at the planes.
Yeah, right. Like,
Whoa.
Everyone,
You're gonna get ostracized.
now all of Hovnen knows you look at plants.
yeah, exactly. You want to do that?
Yeah, I'm
All
fine
right.
with people knowing.
Okay.
It's probably the least horrible thing they know about me doing.
Yeah,
Like-
so people are knowing you have like a weird, unhealthy obsession with why plants grow, and you don't believe in God.
and I punch boats.
Well, yeah. So, what you do find out, however, is the plants genetically do not have resistance to radiation. The plants aren't different themselves. In fact, when you do air samples above the plants in the regions where the plants grow, the radiation it gives you back conflicting signals. About half the time you test, there's no radiation at all, and about half the time you test, there's normal radiation.
Huh.
It's not like half radiation. It's just sometimes there isn't any when you're testing.
Huh.
In addition, the climate change seems to come from the soil itself, just not being as hot for whatever reason.
I have half a mind to start digging straight down, but I've already learned my lesson with the boat. I will not do that. Okay. While I'm involved, I know
Yeah.
I'm not expecting to get any more information, but do any of these plants strike me as possible ingredients in this potion that they make?
Not if you're just wandering around random food fields, unfortunately.
Yeah, I doubt that I would know that. Okay.
If you had an
None of them
idea
are-
of what they could be, maybe it's like, maybe this potion has eggplant in it, but like,
Yeah.
they just look like food plants.
Enid just basically makes a list of these are the best tasting plants. Maybe they're in the potion. I don't know.
Yeah. Is the potion even plants in the first place?
Oh God. Maybe it's bugs.
Maybe it's people. Bum bum bum.
Oh my God.
What did I say? Pink tea is mostly people?
Pink tea is mostly people.
Okay. Well, thank you, both of you, for stopping by.
Thank you
Is there
for
anything else you
bringing-
guys want to do before the session ends?
No, that's probably
Um,
good for you.
Alright,
Yeah,
well, yeah,
I-
next session I will have your new tokens on the board. And you guys will
Alright.
update your new CompCon stuff so we can get that all done. And then we'll
Hell
be
yeah.
ready to jump right into combat. Prepare yourselves for combat.